Well, let's see then if we are having to put Kibellah to the gun or not. What kind of outcome we will have here. Sarbak is very angry about Kibellah killing a higher officer rank, but I guess there is a reason to it. Question is now, do I have to go to Kibellah to talk about it or to Sarbak? Let's go to the Kibellah first and see if she has something to say. She's not here where she's normally. Let's see. Is she even here at all? Doesn't look like it. Okay, Sarbak. Lord Captain, Mistress Kibellah is waiting for your judgment. Would you like to bring her in? Yes, I would like to know what brought her to murder. Also, I met your cousin Macarius. May I ask your opinion on him? You are right. He's quite a scoundrel. I apologize for my cousin's behavior. Macarius has always been a grouch, but a loyal one. Well, bring Kibellah in. Let justice be done. Let's see. I love this turnaround with the chair. Lord Captain, a murder has been committed on the ship. The victim is one Lethot Furious Chirurgan Majoris. The preparator was apprehended at the scene of crime, admitted her guilt, and did not resist arrest. Kibellah appears cold and apathetic. Her unblinking eyes stare vacantly. The Furious clan, the Furious clan, invoked the ship's tradition and summoned a requisitor to testify on behalf of the deceased. The masked man bows stiffly and decorously. Requisitor, explain. When there is no one to speak for a deceased person in court, the representative is entitled to seek assistance from a member of the Requi guilds. Their duty is to know and remember each and every person on the ship so that they can defend the interests of the deceased and represent them in court. They study the victim's entire life history to gain the most detailed impression of their personality, deeds, and aspirations. The guild was founded by one of your distant ancestors, and to my knowledge, the Requi only exists on our glorious flagship. Let us see how well he knows the deceased. Tell me, Requi, what did Furious like and dislike about his work? He was fascinated by disease, injuries, pathogens, complications. The part he disliked was the patients. They would not let him concentrate on that what was killing them. Looks like he was experimenting on them. What is the Requi speaking for him? Does he not have family? The clan to which he deceased belonged are wary of bringing accusation against the Lord Captain Companion, and the esteemed Letard never made any courageous friends in his life, having always preferred his work of the company of others. How do you feel, Kibellah? I am fine. Kibellah turns her face towards you slightly. A whisper escapes her lips. This is just a hollow ceremony. Pointless. Tell me about the circumstances of the murder. The eyewitness accounts didn't give us much. The deceased and the murderer had a brief conversation, following which Mistress Kibellah beheaded the Chirurgion Majoris. The witness did not overhear any details of the conversation. Is it true that you killed him, Kibellah? Yes. Neither the Chirurgian's death nor her own independent punishment seems to trouble Kibellah. Her pensive dark gaze wanders around the bridge. It was me. Why did you do it? The heartless man took a burden that was not his to bear. His duty was to heal, but instead he sent people to the Undying One, people whose time had not yet come. He was cruel. The influence has made Kibellah more compassionate, and had no intention of ever stopping. The Undying One never whispered his name. I myself decided to sever this thread. Her colors have changed. The scarlet and gold are drowning in the rage of mottled crimson, the misty blues of sorrow, and the impenetrable greenness of doubt. These shades are all in conflict, melding together in a frantic tapestry. She was never sane to begin with. Judging lunatics is a thankless duty. The more important thing to address is that her cult is guilty of having drilled the notion of chosenness into her head. The whole sect must answer for this incident. Let us hear from the victim's representative. The esteemed Lethet served his voidship and his dynasty for many years. He treated the sick and gained new knowledge as his trade commanded. He saved many, but he himself was not saved. He caused Mistress Kibellah no grievance. He never offended her. He merely answered her questions regarding his work, whereupon he was attacked. And so he has the right to demand a reckoning. The death of his murderer would be a lawful and proportionate retribution. The heartless man did more than heal people. He maimed them too, tortured them, killed them slowly, and observed. There was another like the heartless man, a Xenos from the Dark City, who lorded over flesh and oversaw unholy resurrections. They were both touched by the same corruption, that of hubris. He rescued one of the three Kibellahs from the laboratory after she had undergone his profane experiments. He treated the sick and gained knowledge. The boots of those who walk the path of wisdom leave bloodied footprints. It is a rule that exists long before the esteemed Lethet did. Whom specifically did Furious torture? Unimportant people, common people, doomed people. This was the esteemed Lethet's way of thinking. Does a doomed leper care whether the disease or the knife is causing them pain? Is the formula for the medicine that would cure distinguished officers not worth the lives of a few dozen commoners turned test subjects? With the knowledge he gained, he invented a multitude of bombs, antidotes, treatments, methods that went on to save thousands of lives. When you were brought on this place, on his stable, burned by the fire you had passed through, you still just... Oh yeah, we went through the fire. He saved you. The methods he used to keep your body alive had been tested on inhabitants of Loading Bay 8. As that the scar-removing techniques? Were their lives worth yours? The esteemed Lethet thought that they were. Oh boy, this is a harsh topic. I kind of agree with it, but he kind of forced over it, the whole thing. His methods were revolting. His methods were efficient. Only one who has never lain upon an operation table.
Welcome back. Your steadfast loyalty is greatly appreciated.
Cormac Vroom, Cormac Vibe, Cormac Vroom 2.
Rutamar, thank you kindly for your tier 1 and 11 months of support. Another $1 goes to our goal. Thank you kindly for your humble support, my friend. This is a bit much before my morning coffee. I mean, it's not an easy topic. I've learned enough. We humbly await your verdict, Lord Captain. Kibellah is not subject to ordinary justice. She serves the Emperor through death, and such cannot be convicted for a death. That is the Lord Captain's will, but the deceased would not call this justice. I cannot be put on trial. None have the right to judge a spinner of death. Who's that dude? Oh, it's the first spinner. The Vizier. Only he can judge. You have strayed from the thread. You have doomed the tenets of the Bloodspun web to oblivion. What a sorry end for me, not for you. For I am compelled to usher my apprentice soul to the other side before it's my own time to go. Why have you come here, Vizier? To take the one who no longer sees the tenets, to give her to him. She is dangerous. To pacify her forever, such is my duty, and so it must be. Did he whispers my name to you? I do not believe you, Mentor. I am loyal to him. You must have been confused and misread his signs. I never give you permission to harm my servants, Vizier. But if you saw her the way I see her, you would. She's Tempest. She's Voe. You don't want this by your side, Domin, believe me. What is happening to her? She's not herself. The second spinner is on the throes of spiritual ailments that we call doubt. This most terrible ailment, though harmless to layfolk, is deadly to us. For a doubtful spinner will stray from the distanced thread into the bloodthirsty madness. Doubt brings them to the undying one before they die. Our service is demanding. It requires clarity and a sense of purpose that she no longer possesses. Long have I sensed the seeds of anxiety in her, but I hope her reasons would prove stronger and prevail. Alas, now I see the mark of despondence on her. Alas, I now know that I'm not mistaken. There must be a way to help her. How could one heal the soul of another, Domin? She's fighting a losing battle inside her mind, one she has all but lost. We cannot enter her mind, we cannot reach out a hand to her. Although... you could. A thread binds the Domin and his shadow together. A rare thread, a shade thread. Will that connection be enough for your soul to enter into harmony? I must attempt to save her at the very least. Then seek a steward of the souls, an artisan who will put you both in a psychic trance. Allow your mind to become one. You have a chapel full of astropaths, Domin. One of them will surely do you your service. See that your guidance is strong, for inside her soul you will encounter monsters. Okay. Looks like I'm getting to the Psychers to get into the head of our rogue trader's beloved, Kibellah. Not now, Domin. I must first clear my mind. Okay. Let's go clear your mind, then. Enter another compartment. Astrophatic Chapel. This is where we have to go. Ablads. You stay there. I mean, worst comes to worst, we have to put her down, like a rabid dog. Being our wife or not. Wife not, but, you know, our romantic partner. Let's put it like that. Let's put it like that. Dear Vikings, if you have X, aka Twitter, please do give this a share, love, and, you know, all the good things. So, to the chapel. Zachary. Your lordship, can you put me in a trance with Kibellah? I need to get inside her mind. A synchronized trance is accomplished telepathic practice. Things can go all right unless both participants trust each other or have a strong spiritual connection. However, I can sense that you do. I will be honored to be your guide during the ritual, Lord Captain. But remember, it is easy to get lost in another person's thoughts, and the fears of others house monsters. I'm prepared. Put me in a trance. I will stay in the chapel to hold a vigil and prayer. May the Emperor help you return this lost soul to the righteous path. May the God Emperor aid you, Lord Captain. Ooh. So if you're not romance with her and you do this trans thing, I guess the outcome of this would be severe or very different. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. A shackled mind cannot comprehend the wisdom contained herein. Therefore repeat, he is death. Release your breath with each word. Cleanse your thoughts. He is death. True lies in death. Free your soul from the body's cage. Become nothing. He is death. Now that your heartbeat is a perfect line and your vision is shrouded in dusk, you have almost reached a state of purity and balance. Heed. No human will see death before their time. That is the delusion of the living. Heed. To which way, say, a strong spirit can travel there and make the journey back. Heed the tale of the great Domin Kormaker who descended into the kingdom of the dead to retrieve his shadow. He is death. Birth and death are one. We are snatched from a place of warmth and sent blood-covered into an unfamiliar world, dying in the same. The Domin too learned this as he opened his eyes and found himself on the lower decks, lying in a cold coffin. He beheld his ship drifting through nothingness, and an adamantine giant's corpse, a skeleton, moaning from the winds of entropy. A tempest of rust was gnawing at its plasteel bones and twisting its vein like Kibells, while machine oil oozed down its bulkheads like lymph. Had the Domin been alone, he would have lost his way inside the ship's mangled bowels, but a guide reached out a hand to him. The spirit of old Veni Zachary had loyally followed the Domin to the other side. In the labyrinth of the hereafter, the piercing gaze of Zachary discerned the thorny path of the halls of death. The loyal servant swore to protect his lord. Together, the Domin and Veni made their way up through the malformed frame of the ship. From the cold catacombs of the lower decks, they traveled up into the fires of the ship crematorium. Tongues of flame licked at them, yet they did not burn. Columns of the dead marched towards them to be turned to ash in a fire, and the Domin and the Veni walked towards the dead in turn. At the great gate of the crematorium, their path was blocked by the executioner, a sentinel made of metal spikes and coiling blades, with roaring flame and pale bleeding bodies writhing within. Such a blade that has lost the strength of the tenets, a murderous monster no longer driven by faith but by dark desires. The Domin saw that a fight was inevitable, and banished the monster with a fervent prayer of the Emperor. The beast prostrated itself and began to tear its own body apart. For words of true faith pacify even the worst of evils with the sense of shame and self-loathing. And a card of his terror appeared in the Domin's hand. It was the God Emperor, and the first doubt was dispelled. He is death. He's death. Then he leads the Domin out of the hot furnace of the crematorium, and he walked past long columns of dead. Frayed was their attire. Their bones scraped against their augmentic, sketched, decrepit flesh. They were moaning sorrowfully, and sound made memory fade away. The Domin saw that the dead were carrying an ark, and inside the ark was a thing, a lost child cocooned in silk, shedding crimson tears from the unknown. The unliving carried her servants would carry their lady, and loudly lamented their fates, such as a blade mired in broodings over a lost past, a helpless child paralyzed by regret. Lest he sink into the soft rot of their wails and perish the Domin. Speak gently to the lost child. Sternly ordered the apparition to vanish. Sternly ordered the apparition to vanish. The creature veiled and trailed off into the void like a river of rot, for doubt weakens the spirit, and weakens always lose to strength. And a card of his chariot appeared in the Domin's hand. It was the star, and the second doubt was dispelled. He is death. He is death. And the old Vanny led the Daemon to the upper decks, and the Daemon entered into the officer's chamber. A web of veins adorned the walls, entangling the precious trophies, and statues were bound in intertwined sinews. And high upon the balcony, the dismembered judge wailed as he attempted to reassemble himself with his pale hands. But his movements merely tightened the tangle of the flesh, turning the chamber into a snare. Such is the blade tangled and trapped in misunderstood teachings. A hapless creature that does not know its place in the world. In order to continue on this journey, the Daemon helped the judge by returning each of his organs to their proper place. And the judge became whole again, and regained his comprehension of the world. For one who is wise can make whole what was broken. And a card of terror appeared in Daemon's hand. It was the rogue trader, and a third doubt was dispelled. He's death. Who's death? This is so good. Jesus. Oh my god, look at this picture. Kibellah sitting here in front of the throne. The flagship bridge was draped in skulls and webs, and a pale soul of the dead flocked to the foot of the throne upon which sat the undying emperor, the protector of mankind. May his praises be innumerable. Starlight shone coldly in the eyes of the skull, and the galaxy rested in his mighty hand. The Daemon approached his throne and... demanded that he vacate the throne belonging to the Daemon. If I do that, do I place myself as the god in her mind? Jesus. Went down on a knee, offering a prayer to him. The Undying One heeded the words spoken to him and lowered his brow of bone, acknowledging that he had heard the prayer as he had heard the Daemon's other prayers before. Then the Undying One spoke, and these words are to be preserved in the hearts as the greatest of prayers, for they sprang from a source that was kind and the holiest of all things. I know you, Daemon. I know your heart, and the fervent faith that dwells within it. I know your readings to serve me, and I accept it. Your spirit has been weighed and found worthy. The Undying Emperor, may his praises be innumerable and say no more, and this was the Daemon's turn to speak. And speak the Daemon did, saying that he had come to find his shadow and rescue her. The skeletal fingers stirred, and the Daemon's shadow loomed out of the darkness beside his throne. He was bound in black chains and asleep. The Undying One was silent. Now was the time to offer a payment, as death would give nothing away without payment in return, and the Daemon promised the Undying One. Oh! I really love the illustrations and story parts, just like writing your own. It's fantastic. The life of any calling themselves an enemy of the Undying One. Those were true words, for he valued his chosen servants, who accomplished incredible feats and brought him great trophies. Dude, are we giving Khorne here some power and bringing Skull to the Skull Thrones? They valued his chosen servants who accomplished incredible feats and brought him great trophies. The Daemon was one of them by nature, and this was known by all. Then the Undying Emperor leant over to the Daemon and drove his skeletal finger right into his heart, and he pulled at the scarlet thread of his soul, and the thread trembled, stretched to the limits. It was then a revelation came to the Daemon. A life must be paid for a life, and a name was revealed to him. Naki Erebis. That was the life the Undying One demanded as payments. Naki Erebis. No. Skulls for the Golden Throne. Naki Erebus. Have we met this name before? Do we know of such a name? Nah. I cannot remember. Naki Erebus. Who was that? I don't know, but Erebus kind of sounds... Sounds like something I might have read before? Heard before? Oh, I don't want to. Don't want to spoil me. I'm just going through. It's weird that he's asking for a name. I feel like this is a Chaos God luring me into something bad. Because he's asking for a specific named person. It was the Live the Undying one demanded as payment. I refuse to pay the price. The light of the Undying One's eyes fade out, and he turned to his throne and sat down upon it. For he had nothing to say to the unwilling to repay death's benevolence, and the Domin. Oh my god. Okay, let's think this through. We are in her brain. There's a name that needs to be paid the price for. That sounds like somebody that Kibellah must know. Is my theory. Why a specific name? Why a specific name to be offered? It's kind of wild that our cat programmed this into to be like, are you sure? It's like an are you sure question. What could make sense in Kibellah's head in terms of dropping a name? I have two 2-point stance here. Do you want to lock your answer? So either... I have two theories. Either it's the name of her mom, who maybe have abandoned her, and she got into this whole bloodspun web as a child. And she has super much fury and hate against that person. And my second theory that I think is a little bit wildly taken and wild is that she's talking about herself. And that she's kind of want to sacrifice herself to the Undying One. Because she lost her path, in a sense. Nah. I'm locking this in. Turn away and walk away. And Domin shadows remained beside the Undying Throne and has never been seen since. And so it was that the Domin, having seen death before his due time, traveled there and back to bring us these words of wisdom. Do not regret what has passed to death. For that is the right path. Find value in what the living possess, for one day it will be no more. He is death. He is death. You defeated the vision of the Undying One. Oh! Okay. Good morning, Otaric. I mentioned in the Discord that we're starting a little bit earlier today because we have to finish earlier. So I didn't want to cut short on your enjoyment with me. As a shock of another mind, jumbled thoughts spot constricting your throat and the rippling haze falls from your eyes. You find yourself facing empty space. Kibellah's body, or indeed any trace of her, is nowhere to be seen. It is as if she was never in the chapel. It is Overlord, Captain. We're in the world of flesh again. Where is Kibellah? I do not know, your lordship. We were in a trance together and we came out of this together. Perhaps she fled, or perhaps you left her for death to collect. And death collected her. I spoke to the Emperor. That was not the Emperor, Lord Captain. It was merely a Mistress Kibellah's vision of him. A figment born out of her imagination. Alas, none among my fellows are powerful enough to bring you to voice of the protector of mankind. I tried to help her, but some ailments are incurable. Our inner horrors, our burdens, praised be the God Emperor that you were able to leave her tormented mind. Is Kibellah now gone and lost? Jeebus. Interesting.
Keep your wits about you.
Also wonder, did we skip I wonder, did we skip the Gene Stealer DLC thing, or is it to trigger yet? I guess it's either the sub-only detail or blind so early. I think it's in general that I placed it. No, it's in general. Morning Vikings, we're starting earlier today, around 8 a.m. I placed it in there. Oh, we got also new emotes, chat. Is there a node emote and there are sus emotes that we're gonna get? Matic, say hi to chat. You're live. Also, this looks amazing. Can we have the stick in her hand be a bit bigger? Or maybe we'll lose the hand and see only the carving stick wiggle. She's waving back. That's okay, Rotari. How you doing, buddy? Is she here? Is Kibellah here? Where is she? Okay. Could she be the lower decks? She's not here at all. Could she be my captain's quarters? But in the meantime, let's ask Yanris. Give me news about what's going on. We discovered a world that is home to a long-abandoned colony founded centuries ago. A ship was sent there, carrying several thousand colonists who would restore the settlement. After the ship entered the system, contact was lost. In addition, that your lordship, pirates have presented a serious problem to your domain. For centuries, a group of bandits headed by a ship called the Elusive Contempt has been raiding cargo vessels. Their ability to defy escape pursuit by patrols has allowed them to operate with complete impunity. And the astrophatic shore has received serious alarming messages concerning the Narmer 4 system, where a dangerous space anomaly has supposedly manifested itself. Okay. Thank you, Colony. Enough questions. Was that it? Hafa Totem and Vox Master. Vox Master. Let's talk to him as well. Must be over here. Vox Master Victis. Brain is still booting. Gotcha. I'll quickly go through his things. We have left the ship. Okay. Looks like he was close friends with Adira. Good. Yesevon. Okay, we're gonna check if we find out something about in Yesevon. But it looks like we've lost, potentially, Kibellah. Let's quickly check my colonies. Foulstone is completely done. Janus is building something right now. Dargonus is building something right now. Kiava Gamma, I think, is completely done. Yes. Vibos misses some projects. Xeno's Intoxication, we're working on that right now. Exactly, we're working on that right now. Palaces of the Outcast is what we're gonna build over there. Good. Let's head out. Good. Artificial objects. Savannah World. Magnetic Storm is not good enough, and we cannot go through it with our rays. Artificial object? What the hell are you? The usual noise of the bridge ceased when the shadow of a gigantic void ship seemingly appeared out of nowhere. The hull is tarnished, the lumens are dead, and the windows are broken and shrouded. The overworld crew can't recognize the signature of its silent engines. They only manage to shed some light. The Queen's Lament. The Voxmaster reports breaks the somber silence. The bridge just received a Voxcast from the dead woodship. Accept the signal. Vigdis conducts a full Vox system check and reports that the communication are in order, even though only eerie, unnatural silence can be heard through the Vox. Worried murmurs sweep across the bridge. The Queen's lament has appeared countless times in all corners of the Imperium, like a ghost. Queen's Lament, the rogue trader, has heard the name before. The voice ship was destroyed by Xenos in one of the violent battles of the Expanse over 3 millennia ago. They see that this captain was a devout and vengeful man. Send scouts aboard the void ship. The shuttle carrying the soldiers docks with the Queen's Lament without impediment. Using the disparate blueprints of the Imperial's cruiser, the scouting party sets up to the bridge, following the dark, unpowered corridors. The nervous voice of the operator erupts through the box. The crew are still on board, but what's this? Blurry silhouettes of people with torn-off limbs, cut-off bellies, and twisted faces are materializing and vanishing all around in ghastly fleshes. The ghost promises the unwelcome guests that they will stay on board of the Queen's Lament forever. Raising his voice to a shout, the operator reports that his comrade's already dead, and soon it will be his turn. The augurs are telling a different story. All of the scouts are alive and still moving forward. Calm the soldier down. He was probably scared by the strange visions and lost sight of his comrades. An anxious prayer of the Emperor is whispered over the Vox. For a moment, the operator falls silent and suddenly returns, mumbling excuses about his imagination playing tricks on him. After a few minutes of silence, the child's cry can be heard through the Vox. The stuttering operator reports that friends and family of members of the scouting party have blocked the way. What? Order the squad to proceed under the threat of tribunal. The scouting party disjointed mumbling and replaced by the firm shouts of, "Yes, Lord Captain!" The upper reports that the deceased are retreating into darkness, their empty eye sockets lit up with blue malicious flames. Half an hour later, the Vox comes to life again. The operator flatly reports that the scouting party has reached the bridge. The conjugators are broken, so extracting any data from this seems impossible. The scouts have found the strange object in the captain's chair. They can't describe it, only seeing that this shouldn't be there. In his usual flat voice, devoid of emotion, the operator completes his report. The way to the bridge took 16 hours and 41 minutes. The soldiers are exhausted and would like to rest for some time. Confused, Vigdis notes that only half an hour has passed outside the Queen's Lament. Order the squad to retrieve the unknown object and withdraw immediately. The Voxcast stops abruptly, and a few minutes later, the scouting party shuttle leaves the Queen Lament. The void ship itself dissolves in the darkness of space. The shuttle arrives carrying a single passenger, the operator, clutching a strange parcel. The young man's hair has turned white after the time spent on the cursed vessel. He has lost the ability to speak. His story and rumors of what happened to the other scouts will live on for many years in the hushed whispers across the deck of the rogue trader. This amulet grants the wielder 20 bonus to coercion and penalty to intelligence. Unholy relic. Boom. We're gonna wear that. We gonna wear that. Don't mind the minus on intelligence. But coercion goes up. So, also, I'm gonna give my Mastiff this wonderful pack hunting. Gains 20 weapon skills and strength. Maximum wounds are increased by 50% and deals 300 more damage. The apprehend cyber massive attack whenever an ally, other than the overseer, successfully attacks it for the first time 4 times in the round. Whenever the cyber massive kills an enemy with the first time in the round, the cyber massive regains 20% of his maximum wounds. Boom. Shakalaka. 144 HP. Jesus. Jeebus. Meebus. So... it can maintain multiple signals at the same time. Okay. Wow. Just becoming OP. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excusez-moi. Kibellah is gone. I'm very curious if we're gonna get her back. I'm very curious. So... oh boy. So... with a lot of rumors. Magni Assessor ceremony has taken place in their Gonus. The name Kormakrtv is spreading across the Cronus. Okay, so... Planet of Yesivon. I'm curious if we can find that Yesivon. Pilestone. Rocky. Must be up here somewhere. Lava Worlds. Jungle Worlds. V-Boss. Planetoid. Edex. Where could be Yesivon? Could be anywhere. Let's ask Google then. What planet is Yesivon? No. What system is Yesivon? Before we look around too much. Litodibum maledicta. Up here. Okay. Good, we have some jumps to do. First jump is to Fallstone. Rogue Trader, please accept my report in person. It concerns a criminal collusion among the seniors officers. They will also present to be able to answer the charges. Criminal collusion? I would prefer not to divulge details over the Vox. I'll see you without delay. I'm on my way. Oh boy. What's going on? It's cold, by the way, Chad. I'm excited. This is all new for me. I feel like we're touching all the kinds of DLC content that with hard skipped. Skipped on me. Probably should have not brought Kibellah to the ambush. Broke her mind. Rogue Trader, I hold the 3 senior officers accountable for the misconduct I've uncovered as part of my investigation. I allege that the ship's crew is full of wanted criminals. Do you refute the charge, Janris Dandrok? What are you insinuating, esteemed Proctor? Heretics on board of the ship of the Emperor's anointed are the threats to the whole Imperium. If anyone knew of this and failed to report it, punishment will follow. Isn't that right, Voxmaster? I do my duty honorably and will obey the Lord Captain's will, whatever it may be. Solomon, why have you gathered my officers together? I've uncovered a scheme involving all 3 of them. It is coordinated by the Voxmaster, who bears incriminating facts about woodsmen on your ship in the depths of the archives. Janris Denrock and Rabor turn a blind eye on the sordid past of a few new recruits and divvy up the workforce that has come into their position. This is a complete insane accusation. We are not bringing criminals into the crew intentionally. Of course we're not. I'll admit that we do not try to hunt down every biographical fact about each woodsman who sets foot on the board, but only because that would be a hopeless endeavor. But none of us had any intention of populating our ship with heretics. Are really taking fugitive criminals into our crew? Sort of. Sometimes they slip through the nets because we don't have information from local wardens. Sometimes we're forced to overlook an unsightly past for the sake of acquiring niche specialists. Even common smugglers, for instance, often turn out to be quite an asset on Rava's crew. We do draw a line, however, at even a whisper of a genuine heresy of the woods first past. I'm sure you realize, Lord Captain, that smuggling and forced cultism are both heresies in their eyes of the law, for to transgress his word. Why have you kept this from me? We did not intend to hide it from you, Lord Captain. Lord Captain Theodora did not ordain to involve herself into trifling matters, replenishing her workforce. Why not hire people from the lower decks? What our esteemed Master Helmsman meant to say is that those unfortunates are only suitable for menial labor. It is simply impossible to find qualified woodsmen in the numbers we require. Solomon, why stage this scene accusing senior officers in front of the entire bridge? I was in a rush and applied the regulation I've accustomed to using on other vessels to your flagship. It was my fault to misjudge the situation, Road Trader. I've heard enough. What would you do in my position, Solomon? Your senior officers currently hold too much power. It has corrupted them. If you do not punish them now, they will lose their fear for you. Curtail their powers, force them to write reports on the task they complete, and to account for every decision they make. That way you will be able to monitor the situation, and yes, I recommend whippings to enforce order. No margin for error. Following the investigation, the flagship's evasion on the first round is higher. Allocate protectorate funds for training specialist crewmen. We have enough masters of their craft on board to train new generations. We get trained specialists. The Rogue Trader put a stop to recruiting fugitive criminals. In the first round, the flagship lands weapons deal +3 damage. Satisfied with the way things are, continue your efforts for the good of the dynasty. Officers' commendations. In the first round, the flagship macro cannons make 1 additional attack. Interesting. Allocate funds to train specialists within the ship. Sounds like something that I would do. It will take time, a great deal of time, and will require considerable financial As you command, your lordship. We'll see it done. There we go. There we go. Mr. Friglich, how you doing? How many playthroughs have you done so far? 50? This is my 3rd one. The first one was as in Commissar, without all the DLCs that have been out. The second one is was a speedrun, where we did compete in a big competition from the developer itself. Sadly, we made it to place 3, I think it was. And now it's the 3rd one with all the newest DLC, where we play as an arbiter that has been added to the game, and new backgrounds with the new class as well, the Overseer, where we can have a pet companion. Apologies for the sneeze. And we are the law, so to say. This is our character that we've created. Biography over here. Arbiter Kormaker. And we're wielding a build of double shotgun. Super dual shotguns. Going in there and have our Mastiff, Cyber Mastiff Thor. And the combo is just... Tikar, thank you kindly for the bless you. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you. So I'm overall really enjoying the storytelling of this. Good. Let's go to the destination I wanted to head before my beloved companion has interrupted us with this absurd request. So, we got profit factor. That means the colony has been building something. There we go. Xenos intoxication is done. That means V-Boss now should be able to make the Palace of the Outcasts. That gives him a profit factor 7+. Class Steel 6, Provision. Yeah, we have more than enough than that. Execute. Make it happen. Kiavagama is completed. Dargonus. There we go. Praising of the Muses has been built. +5 profit factor.
A timely reappearance. The dungeon awaits.
Hello, ooh.
Hello, ooh. Axer, how you doing? Thank you kindly for tier 1 for 74 months. And a 74 month streak. Have not even whipped an eyelash there and kept that support up forever. I appreciate you, buddy. How you doing? The flagship restores 33 of the cooldown of ultimate abilities at the end of a space combat. And it pushes my reputation with the Imperial Navy and security overall on 2. That's pretty neat. Does it block any of the other things? No. Pleasing the tired. Complacency and efficiency goes up. Okay, Bastion. I need this to be had to build the Bastion. Lord Captain's Warship gains the Battle Mastery feature. +2 plating on all sectors. Nice. We're getting 7 provisions, 12 people, 7 mechanists, and weapons. And it doesn't cost me anything. I just need to have this kind of thing. Okay, execute. Let's build that. Janus. So. Death Cult of the Reaper Emperor. Cost me 6 people. I get security less, dogmatic +40. A lot of provisions, and I get the Vial of Falstow. Cannot be slowed. At the start of the combat, the warrior gains movement points equal to their resolve. If the warrior is dogmatic, they gain +2 resolve for each rank of dogmatic and cannot be mobilized. Damn. Cost me 6 people. Let's make it. Let's make it. Falsum we've done already. Dargonus is building. And Vibus is also building something. Nice. On the way back to Vienna. Nice. Have you been at your parents over the weekend? Or over the days? Lord Captain, Vibus 6 begs for help. Something terrible prowls the planet, searching for a way to wipe out the planet's inhabitants. Okay, that's interesting. Any ideas? A predator walks among your people. Well, then it's time we became the predators ourselves. What kind of accidents are happening there? Sorts of mechanical failures, ventilation systems emit substances that have no business being there. If our advice is sound, we'll leave a bait for the enemy. No one can see it, but snares do not need eyes. Leave some gifts for unwanted guests. May the Emperor grant us victory over this foe. Soon enough, the mysterious shadow walked into one of the devious traps and, wounded by the powerful explosion, ran for its life. Cornered in its den, the monster fought its final battle and was slain. It was a terrifying Xenos with a metallic skeletal body and a single emerald eye. Its lair turned out to be a crypt-like chamber, and beneath it was an entire fortress buried in stone. Necrons! Oh, fuck. Gamescom. Yesterday, we drove back to Köln to Munich. Now we're at the Westbahn. Nice. Next year, maybe we'll go together. If you tell me in time. The chamber, maybe can, grab like an Airbnb or something like that. The chamber also contained the dissected remains of the missing miners. The Omni-Messiah servants study the bodies, the crypt and the Xenos corpse. Hypothesis that the Inhuman belongs to a caste of sages among its kind. It had remained in stasis for ages untold, but had recently been awakened, either by the mining efforts or by the explosion caused by the Drukhari. After killing everyone who had approached its lair, the creature tried to wake its brethren, but millennia of tectonic shifts had crushed the fortress. The creature was alone. Ancient xenomechanism. Whenever the warrior ends their turn, they deal 9 energy damage with intelligent armor penetration to all adjacent creatures. If the number of damaged creatures exceeds 3, the warrior suffers the staggered effect. Okay, so if it damages more than 3 people, it gets a staggered effect. Okay, interesting. The fearsome insects, the ones that assailed the colony, were only the tool of the Xenos had left. The insects were the scarabs. Okay, wow. They fought off, apparently, and freaking a freaking what do you call it? But the boom. Necron. There we go. 6 people for 12 Promethium. Sounds good. Let's make it happen. Underground workers. 1 mechanisms for 3 plasteel. Why not? Project requirements not made for the Earthbreaker. Phlogiston 5. Okay. I need adamantine 6. That's okay. All the complacency pretty good on all planets. I don't think we can build anything more. Good. But the booms are extremely rare in Warhammer 40k? I don't think so. So, let's jump up there. Warp travel. To talk to Pascal. Lord Captain, an urgent message. Our enforcers have arrested a dangerous saboteur who attempted to gain entry onto the bridge. This incident may be worthy of our attention. You see, both the saboteur and the circumstances of his captures are rather strange. Very well, I'll speak to him. Understood, Lord Captain. A saboteur wants to come onto the bridge. What is happening? And also, where the frick is Kibellah? We are on the path on the planet where there is potentially something about gene stealers. And I'm gonna head over to the compartments to see if I can find Kibellah somewhere. The group of Sothis whose movements are suspiciously well synchronized steers. Entering the prisoner. You do not need to hear them speak to recognize Nomos. I greet the master of this vessel cathedral and offer my humble apologies for this unbidden intrusion. My apologies to you as well, brother. And of course, I must beg forgiveness from you, a great spirit. I was not my intent to desecrate your temple. Before I accept your apologies, tell me who you are and why you infiltrated my ship. My name is, if it matters, Asclepius, formerly a computador general of the Cognizance fleet, now a liber recluse with the status of Malatek. Malatecs are exiles whose ideas have not crossed the line of heresy yet. They are removed from the fleet structure to give them a chance to see the folly of their ways and prevent sedition from spreading. All of that is trivial. My past is nothing but a set of archive data. My lost status is part of a replacement string in the long chronicle of the Cognizant fleet. I come not as a priesthood messenger, but as a faithful disciple of the most holy Amernad. My brother once served the engineer prime on the ship. He was an adherent of the school of discontinued, the cycle, as I am. It has spread that far. I know that my brother perished, but before he did, he sent me a message that told the journey embarking upon by the Theodora von Valancius, a journey through the dimensional gates, an artifact more ancient than humanity itself. And toward worlds unknown, the blessed Amernad was with her. There upon those dark worlds, he witnessed a great miracle, the birth of a machine spirit, of an incalculable might. My brother believed that this spirit then fell aslumber within this ship, like a child in a cradle. So, the Nomos is an entity of the Necrons. Chaos Cop, how you doing? Welcome in. That was the purpose of my pilgrimage, to reach the ship where my brother died, the ship upon whose decks the blessed Amernad had walked, and prostrate myself before the Great Spirit. That means that Pascal was on the ship before? Does the name Nomos mean anything to you? Nothing. He has not come to us yet. He will, if you let him. We know, we sense that his words are about us, that the story he has told is our story. What do you know about the Great Spirit? It is a great miracle. The omniscient breath meant to help us discontinue the cycle. It was born of the treasure of Amarnant and Theodora's discovering upon the dark worlds. Yet even a being so glorious needs attendance and guidance. And as long as the conjugate fleet is racked by schism and my brothers and sisters suffer defeats without end, there is no one to aid the spirit. That is why I came. Amarnant traveled on the ship? Yes, he did. My brother's words on this were clear. Years ago, he was part of the rogue trader Theodora's inner circle. Do you guys think we're gonna get a DLC where we play as Theodora? Tell me about Theodora's journey. My knowledge is scarce. My brother suspected that this memory, along with the memory of all who might have known the details, had been purposely modified. He saw it as a sign the journey had revealed the great truth, and that there were those who did not wish to see that truth brought to light. All that he conveyed to me was that Theodora had reached worlds unlike any of the people of the Cronus Expanse. You were strong, yet you let yourself caught? I took a vow that I would never inflict physical harm upon Lee people. The Messiah grants us the power of the true flesh, for the purpose other than damaging the frail and blind creatures that are all who have not yet tasted his knowledge. I have done my decision reading your fate. Whatever it is, I will accept it. As will I, and yet I plead that my brother be shown leniency. His story initializes thoughts. We ask you to keep him for us. I find you guilty of offense against the cult mechanisms and House of Von Valancius. Your crimes warrant punishes more severe than death. You will return by serving me, and therefore the Imperium. I could ask for no more. I will wish to remain on these halls and observe the reverence of the Great Spirit deeds. Let the cycle be discontinued. No more servitors turn their heads to you and nod all at once. In gratitude. Okay. Dude, Kioskop, I'm having a great time. Talk to Nomos. What the f... is going on? So much things are going on at once. I don't know where and how I should... you know... spread my wings. Yeah, Kibellah is not on the ship. I salute the ruler of the ship. I see you have found your great spirit, Asclepius. I have found a miracle and the end of my worldly road. I've never seen and never will see anything more meaningful than the spirit of Nomos. You were in a servitor's body at the Magnane Assessio, Nomos, so how is it that you're once again in a conjugator? Nomos are not in a conjugator or in a servitor. We can say where we are. We cannot see where we are, but our existence is tied to the existence to the ship for now. The servitor and the conjugator are only external interfaces, shells like humans and their bodies. Bodies are not merely shells. No, there are shells. A human's existence is more than the existence of its shell. This is obvious to us. There's always something more, something that simmers and shines, for which the dark light and wicked hunger are always reaching. So you really are the spirit of the ship. We do not know what we are, but the ship is not us. The ship is our cradle. We will rise from it one day. We would like that. Oh boy. Incident N something something was a ship-wide system failure of some kind. That had something to do with you. The incident marked the beginning of us. The ship became better because of us. There are all links to the same chain, but we cannot piece them together yet. Okay. The people who accompanied Theodora on her travels are strangely unaware of the incidents and epitaph. Human shells are subject to external influences. Perhaps someone purged their memories, archives, or perhaps they simply do not want to access them. It is a shame that no new information was obtained, but Nomos are grateful that you tried. You read a databank recovered from Theodora's cage, and then you said the incident marked the beginning of Nomos. What do you mean by that? Yes, Nomos, remember, you brought us data sustenance, and it contained a name, Epitaph. We recognize it. No, not like that. In that name, we recognize the place where Nomos originate. Nomos understands, realize, comprehends themselves. We have analyzed the data which you stated us, and we have recreated the sequence of events. First, there was Epitaph. It is a world, but is merely a case, a container, for something we cannot name and cannot understand. Theodora and this ship have been to that place. Something was lifted up from that world, a gift. A trusted priest in Crimson, one who identified himself as Amarnat, comprehended the gift raised from Epitaph, and from it he created what the databanks list as the tech Blight. But that is not how Nomos came into being. We were not invented. We were not freed. We came into being by accident. Theodora's ambition, the myriad mechanisms, and the huge ship, Amarnat's minds, the inquisitive attempts to comprehend and extract the dormant blight, the dormant epitaph, what lies hidden in its depth. And between it all, we slipped in, connected, and emerged like an electrical discharge between the poles. Accidents, incident. That is what we are. We have no purpose, no history, Nomos just are. Do you know where this epitaph is? Data is gone, deleted, erased, deliberately, but we cannot trace who did this or why. A tech blight. A gift, but terrible one. You would call it a weapon. Theodora coveted it. She needed it desperately, but we do not know why. How is Amarnat involved into this? He desires knowledge. Theodora allowed him to explore the gifts of Epitaph. The blessed Amarnat was involved in the birth of the spirit named Nomos. I do not believe for a moment that he could have been frightened by this miracle. It was not us he feared. He did not know us, but only suspected. His mental process were occupied by the tech blight. That was what he feared. He wanted protection from it. Interesting. So the ship was an epitaph. Amarnat traveled aboard it, investigated the tech blight, and Nomos was born as a result of the incident. So how was it possible that no one in the crew knew the whole truth? The truth was hidden, deliberately. Who has the resources, the knowledge, and the power to accomplish such feats? It would have been beyond capabilities of the blessed Amarnat himself. The memories of my officers were stolen. This story disturbs me. It sounds like an echo of the sacrilege whose name is the preservations of ignorance. The spirit of Nomos must be protected from the encroachments of that power that tried to conceal the truth of its birth. Enough of the past, let us talk about the future. You do, in fact, have a purpose, Nomos. Then tell us, what is our purpose? To serve the light and truth and greatness that is the Imperium. To serve the light, to serve the Empire. The chorus of the servitors dutifully repeats your words, but seemingly without understanding them. Nomos is preoccupied. The huge cardigator continues to sing its creaking song, running unknown calculations. Holy moly. Okay. We've indoctrinated this spirit with success, it looks like. So, let us see if we can find Kibellah. First place I would look for would be the captain's quarters. But let's see. Let's go to the chapel first. I'm gonna bring Heinrichs with me. I mean, Heinrichs is not even close as powerful as Kibellah. But totally doing okay. So... make a quick round around. Round around, down. Okay. All the astropods are good. Let's get to the shrine. Hmm. Singarigam, bidombadibam. Initiate Clotus. Grant me understanding, Master, grant me wisdom. Your Lordship, how can I be of service? Who are you and what are you doing here? I'm Clotus, Junior Cleric. I sought recordings from the shrine. Confessional to pass on the higher-ranking clergy. Is there a way to find out who made those confessions? There is not. That would undermine the usefulness of it. But as soon as the machine's spirit started keeping the name secret, the parishioners opened up. I could be heretical and see who's doing what. Good thinking, making it anonymous. Keep up the fine work. It appears you have difficulties. Nothing escapes the Lordship's notice. I am struggling to categorize 3 rather particular confessions. These confessions you see are from being examples of the pious conformary. What makes you think these confessions were made by the senior's offices? These parishioners are well-spoken, meaning that they are used addressing an audience. Perhaps they issue orders are vested with power. Let me hear them. The first one. One question has troubled me for years. Why are some destined to perish in a war, while others must go on living and preserve the memories of the dead? Worthy and more luminous souls have been lost, and yet I'm still here. The orphans on the ships have already been provided with the bare essentials, and every so often I consider increasing their rations and ordering more sets of clothes for them. That will not replace the families they're lost, but it will improve their lives somewhat, especially given that the ship has enough resources to cover the comparatively travel expense. You've heard this bridge officer's gossip that the High Factotum has taken personal charge of the orphans? Oh. Oh. Lop-eared clappers display a high degree of socialization both among their kind and towards their owners. These animals adjust well to the void ship's lower gravity since it's similar to their homeworld. Lop-eared clapper meat is edible should necessity demand it. Interesting. I'm curious to who left these confessions. I'll seek them out. I suppose these confessions truly are special if your lordship is giving them some personal attention. Never would I have imagined the rogue trader himself coming to my aid. Regarding your confessions... Nothing. Okay, we have some potential new things that we can do. Confessor Tercitus. Not interested in your doings. I'm just gonna go quickly through them. The word of the Undying One travels around the flagship and beyond. We get the Blade of Sorrow. But she's not here. Let's make a prayer over here. Oh, please do let me find Kibellah. So, Been at the bridge. We have been at the chapel. Let's go for the fright line. So, the only thing that I could imagine is that because we did not let her do the counter with that name, I wonder if with that she didn't beat her doubt. And I wonder if that name is not now her mother, where she has some hate for, but her own name. And therefore, kind of like, you know, did not fully eliminated her doubts in her head. And that's why she, you know, went not as the foreman ad hoc. Be steadfast. Let me have a run to the foreman then. Maybe he knows something. Also is burning stuff down. Let's go, boys. That's where we did the fighting with those bandits. Nothing else. This is where you jump down there. Okay. Nothing we can do here either. Crap-a-doodle-doo. The sign of the sword, the blood sword on the ground, is when you are going around doing all kinds of investigations when you meet Kibellah for the first time. And you have to do a testing to be showing yourself the worth of going into the Temple of the Bloodspin Web. But yeah. Hades, how you doing? Welcome in. I'm doing fantastic, thank you kindly. Very excited for some camping over the weekend. So last position that I could think of that she might be hiding is in the quarters. The captain quarters. If she's not there, not there as well, then she's gone and might reappear at some point, but guess we've lost our partner in crime. Guess our rogue trader has no romantic partner anymore. I'm doing great as well on the off-season grind at the moment. Rolly's going into D-line. Okay, I'm down for it. I am down for it. Claim your rewards. There's nothing in there. Nobody here. In the bat chamber, lady. Not in the bat chamber either. Can I tell the Master Absolution to bring her to me? So we're taking a little bath. It's gonna be his last year, and the last year was gonna be in the trenches. Fair enough. It's not gonna get my position though. Wish to see somebody with my retinue. Let's see what Ulfar has to say while we're bathing. You have a fine chamber, Edfata. Now, what kind of saga do you wish to hear? I want to hear a heroic tale of valor. No, something amusing. Once my brothers and I clashed with a throng of orcs. On the 5th day of the fray, Brother Harrod skewered one of the meaty bastards with his chainsword, and his sword got stuck. The fight still raged on around him, so Harrod just keeps swinging his sword, and the impaled corpse along with it. And that is how he got his moniker, Harrod Barbfang. He was using an orc on his chainsword to clamp other orcs? What the fuck? Flies the green carrion above the battlefield bloody. This the banner of Harad, his glory displayed. It sends his foes fleeing, afraid of becoming Barbfang's new standard. That'll be all. Thank you kindly. Until next time, Edfather. Okay, that was good. That was good. So we did some baiting. We got a buff from that. Resolve in the next combat. And also high initiative in the next combat. With just one simple buff though. Good. Looks like Kibellah is gone. I cannot find her. Shame. Shame. We will lose her for good? What are you playing at the moment, Hades, other than LOL? Dargonus. Dargonus is crying out for aid, Lord Captain. Riots of the interpreting scripture have broken out in several hives across the world. While hunting the agents of the cult of the Final Dawn, the ecclesiarchy clamped down the planet's minor cults. Many of the disgruntled flee to the ruins of the Scipione hive. The enforcers and the agents of the ecclesiarchy have been able to curb the malcontents so far. What do my advisors say? No! The wearer cannot use Psychic or Navigator's power. The wearers gain chance to ignore damage from Psychic and Navigator's power. Whoops! I clicked something completely wrong. Praise the misclick! I guess. The Holy Prophets. Let's have the Holy Prophets. We're getting people and profit factor. Execute. Death Call of the Emperor. Security got down by 3. That's okay. The Great Fire. Korberg against the Master of Flame feature. All allies deal 10% damage with Melta and Plasma weapons. Yeah. Secret Lair. Gives me Cabal thing. Payments with organs. Nah. Nah. I need the Great Fire for any of these. Okay. Let's do that. Territory for new armory complexes can be gained in only one way. The Way of Fire. Execute. I'm getting 9 provisions for that. So, we are going over here to the Maledicta thing. Travel. Whip. There's adamantine in here. Let's go grab it. Let us go grab it. Plasteel, adamantine. Ooh, interesting center. There's Xenotech down there. Gotta grab that as well. 2 adamantine. Eight plasteel. I might grab that. 8 is big. Already explored. Okay. 3 Xenotech. Let's grab that 8 plasteel. That's a good resource deposits. we go. There we go. One hope that I have for Dark Heresy is that it is not plagued, but leisure plagued by loading screens. That's warp travel up there. So, my apologies, Lord Captain, but I've just been delivered an urgent report. Cargo Bay has received some unusual cargo, if one can call it. The crew considered disposing of it, but did not dare to do so without your direct order. The cargo itself is weaponry. Integrated blades made of bones and living flesh. Those weapons, they keep repeating your name, Lord Captain, and claim in their moans that you have saved them from Komarov. Next to them, the crew found a strange horned mask of Xeno's origin. What? The damn Xenos deceived me. Throw this cargo out of the airlock. Shish. Out goes it. Disaster. Bizarre warp sorcery has linked a demon. One that has breached the Geller fields. So, I can send in my crew and throw in holy gifts. The crew will receive military gear and dispatch of the enemy. Very good. They destroyed the demon. Could have fooled myself, but... yeah. Yeah. Who needs it? Two provisions, 7 plasteel. Unforeseen event. I'm gonna grab the 7 plasteel. It's a lot. I'll leave it around. So, let's get to this hulk first. A strange vessel enveloped in pale orchid mist sails past the stained glass. A familiar coat of arms appears. The House of Valence's coat of arms. The Augur crew reports that this is the Lightseeker, an expedition void ship tasked with exploring the planets of Corona's expanse. The sight of the ancient void ship causes throbbing headache and unacceptable disgust. Where did it vanish for all these centuries, and how did it end up here? The Voxmaster reports that the elders of her clan told her tales about the Lightseeker. The Half-Factotum Yanris confirms that the Lightseeker is still part of the Von Valence's fleet. In other circumstances, the Factotum would have insisted on reclaiming the property, but who knows what had happened to the vessel. The word whispers of the crew are silenced by an urgent alert. The ship is rapidly changing course. While closely watching the Lightseeker maneuvers, our seneschal becomes certain the vessel is preparing to attack. Ulfar is adamant that any void ship that has spent the past 6 centuries beyond the Veil is corrupted beyond salvation. He says it must be destroyed at once. I agree. Don't let the Lightseeker attack first. Take advantage position and engage. Totally agree to that. I'm not sure if all my positions are manned on the ship, though. Because I think Kibellah had one that she was being part of. Been a while since we had a little bit of a space battle going on. It's one ship, the Lightseeker, 140. That's cute. So, let's move forward.
Fire at will.
Bzzm. So, let's make sure that we're shooting further. Nice. Let's see if we can make a new heading, so we can turn the ship around to shoot with the other side as well. Let's move over here. Drop me some torpedoes. Can I give it to navigation? So we can move over here and drop to the sides to do another shot. Oh, perfect. You're dead. Because we're gonna warp wave you. And you will explode. Easy. Dark Halo and Unholy Amulets we're getting from it. And we've upgraded our ship as well. AKA leveled up. Chad, we're steamrolling. It's insane. The amount of power we have. So, a new deck. We have new adamantine. Witchy plating. Negating 12 points of damage. And port and starboard 5 points of damage. There we go. We got a new engine. Provides 13 speed. Along with strong acceleration and braking. And we got a new lance weapon. Lance battery. With medium range, dealing 91 damage. Bada boom, bada bam. Everything else can go to cargo. There we go. So, developments. What do we have here? So, what is Steady Hand? When using post abilities, there's a 20% chance the cooldown will be 1% shorter. Torpedoes and attack crafts gain 6% evasion against enemy attack crafts attacks and evasion against all other attacks. Not bad. Each attack craft launched from a torpedo gains +1 hull integrity. Allows the void ship to control 1 extra wing of each attack craft type. Ooh, baby. Sounds good. I'll grab that. What is Take It All? The flagship now collects 10% more scrap when destroying ships. Sounds also good. Sounds also good. So, let's repair it. Does it work now? Posts. To upgrade it. There we go. Strafe. 90%. When strafing into an enemy ship, both ships suffer damage equal to 9% of wood ship ram damage. Expeditioners reload. I'm gonna have to use that once. Everything else is good. Perfect. Continental worlds. There's Jesiphon, by the way. A golden fortress of amber world look enchanting, even from the orbit. Demand tribute. Did I... Huh? I demanded tribute, but nothing happened. Weird. We've been there already. That was odd. Okay. So Jezebon was the last contact with the cults. Fair enough. Prize of Humanity. Let's help Heinrichs. Certain message received by the Astrophotic Corps has disconcerted Heinrichs. It's one of his associate, aka informers, that did that. Velveteen, how you doing? Welcome in. Adamantine for that. Profit factor Xenotech. Profit factors for some Phlogiston. Provisions for Promethium. Complete 20 contracts. Master of Trade. The Hand of Avolius. Come on, grab it. Why not? 12 people for some chemical and Promethium. Good. Good, good, good. With that, I should be able to build some stuff. What's happening on Janus? Lord Captain, the Order Xenos punitive unit led the Acolyte has arrived in Janus. The Inquisition forces have already taken control of the Governor's Palace and intend to inquire into the recent anomalies on Janus. What would my advisors think of it? Cooperating with the Inquisition would do us more good than trying to hide misfortune. I see only the way to make Inquisitors on Janus brief, to proactive and give the Acolyte what she's looking for. So, from this moment, the Acolytes shall receive all possible assistance. We're getting the Synaptic Coagulator. The warrior gains intelligence. At the start of the turn, they suffer 1 direct damage. Let the Inquisition do their job. Hygromatic Grace grants logic, coercion, and persuasion. We shall trick them. I order the expulsion of those impudent fools from my world. They should get my support. The Great Fire has been built. That means I can do the last building set. Shelter gives me people. Merciful Savior. Whenever the ally is healed for the first time, damage dealt by the ally is increased by 8 until the end of combat, and it stacks. Jesus. All allies gain 12% dodge against Xenos. Pleasure Worlds. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. Watchers from above. Nah, it's gonna be a Xeno Vivisectory. We'll take it apart, Xenos. Execute. Yes. So I can make the Schola Proganium, where efficiency and security goes up. Get 21 people. This is a nice sniper clothing. Society of Cartographers. I get Xenotech and Adamantine from that, and Phlogiston. And I get the Bowbringer, 2-handed. This weapon is additional attack that punishes enemies away. If an enemy cannot be pushed, or pushes, the wielder is pushed away instead. This attack deals additional agility bonus damage. Jesus! That's a good weapon. Holy moly. But I'm happy for the Imperial Navy push up here. So, and a lot of Xenotech and Adamantine we're getting. What does the Librarium give? Oh, that's for the Kibellah, blah, blah, blah. Scholar Proganium sounds also nice. Where we put orphans into and get the efficiency and security for everybody up. I'm gonna put the Society of Cartographers. Make that happening. Choir is... Oh, it's choir. Thank you. Choir, not chore. Choir. Thank you for helping me out on that. Nobody told me that before. That's hilarious. Good. Off to helping Gastrol's Calamity. Cries of Humanity. Is what we're gonna do then. Vikings, what do you think? Is Kibellah gone for good? Is Kibellah gone for good? Patan 4. Patan 4, where's that? Reach the messages in the millions. Reach the system mentioned in Mila's message. Okay. That's up there. Good. We need to go all the way up here. Jesus. It's all the way up. The route is deadly. Excuse me. The ship's finest minds spent many watches. Lord Captain, bring you information about the Xeno device that you discovered during your time away. Ever since your return, the tech priests have been making efforts to comprehend the nature of mysterious technology. They have succeeded. After many rituals, the pleas of the machine god, they have awakened the Xeno artifact. For about a moment, it produced an holographic copy of the planet and coordinates that match the location in Lagerman's belt. Perhaps you will wish to see with your own eyes what this destination holds. A warp breach. Send my crew in again. So, Janus. Your lordship, a monstrous storm has broken out on Janus. Apocalyptic anomalies are tearing out our agri-world apart. What do we know about this catastrophic thing? The leader of the Inquisition squad, Lady Xu, did not grace us with full reports since she has been hastily preparing for the expedition into the heart. But she mysteriously claims that we've become witness of an ancient feud between Xenos, and in spite of our unfamiliar with the conflict, it is important to choose our ally in this struggle wisely, whatever that means. My people shall help the lady to breach in there. Come down and report what exactly happened. The morning earth and a purple glow in the sky, fires crashing on the ground from above, turning all they touch to ice. Oh. What we thought to be a debris of buildings has turned out to be a machine, and now it rouses from its sleep, emitting blue and purple lights from the spheres. The only relatable safe areas are those parts of the corrupted sector that have been scared by our weapons, or scarred by our weapons. For some reason, there are fewer anomalies there than in other places. The deadly spirit has become more material, and now everyone can see they're not dancing, they are fighting. Fighting and chanting two names, Halcyon and Cassie. Thankfully, there are much fewer of them than there were before. My people shall help the Inquisitor. The escort squad reports that the people of Lady Xu are demonstrating incredible skill. Our people have reached the Xenos ruins that once served as their palace. They've encountered an extremely high concentration of spirits. It appears that the spirits are fighting among themselves. One of these prominent spirits radiates blue light and seems to be clad in Aldari armor. The others is engulfed in purple flames and clad in Xenos little raiments. They utterly sound reminiscent of Eldari's speech, but only attempt to translate them have proven unsuccessful. What does it matter what those spirits are babbling about? They both must be slain at Fata. Turn your warriors and inspire them to fight for their home to the very last. Leading Zoo intends to fight both sides, but your soldiers are waiting for to confirm your orders. Tell the warriors that they are fighting for Yana's future, one where the world is free from vengeful Xenos, and that the Lord Captain is watching. 2 hours passed. Filled with courage, the rogue traders warriors charged forth as their sovereign was on their side. Their wounds, exhaustion, and losses forgotten. They each fought with the strength of 4 soldiers and exterminated the spirits, both blue and purple. The anomaly stopped ravaging Janus. A group of explorers carefully approached the site of the battle and began gathering evidence and shed some light to the recent events. Piercing to gather the knowledge that they had gathered, they were able to retrace the history of this world. The planet, which was inhabited by the Eldari prior to the fall, at some point became one of the many theaters of war between the central excess, the dogma that reigned over the Xenos of that time. In aesthetic self-restraint, a local ruler, Cassie, was enlightened and wise, yet susceptible to depravity. In his desire to transfer his soul to another form of existence, he created a mechanism that would let him take over the bodies and mind of all of his people. One of the ruler's bodyguards, named Halcyon, rose against the tyrant and mortally wounded him, but could not stop him from merging with the machine. Halcyon then gave his life to bind his own spirit to the device and continue fighting therein. This tragic conflict marked the end of all Eldari on the planet, but preserved an echo of their souls. Interesting. Damn elves, good riddance. Oh, boy. That is still in production. We're good on the others. Okay. So. The Argonis thing we're gonna do later. Terrible news on their Argonis lordship. Your vigilant servant has discovered an abscess of treachery in your capital world. They are traitors to the purity of humanity, traitors to the creed, rebels, and heretics. Apparently, their unholy sermons speak of the 3 sorrowful fangs of a finger pointing the way to retribution. Heinrichs, what are those mutants? They're called gene stealers, and they're not simple mutants. They are Xenos plague that breed inside the human brain, forever distorting their genetic makeup, enslaving them to the brood. What exactly did my people find out? One tenacious clerk from the administratum questioned the authenticity of the report coming from the ruins. He personally observed the debris removal and entered the lower levels. There he discovered signs that proved Scipione had been infected by the gene plague. He also found that the remains of Achilles' Scalander people. It seems that they had noticed the signs of corruption and the traitors, aiming to cover up the crimes, buried their misdeeds under the ruins of the hive. What forces do we have at their disposal? The heretics mostly consist of workers, but some have infiltrated the guard as well. That is bad. That is bad. We have to act. Absolutely right, it is impossible to negotiate with degenerates. Our only option is to completely annihilate them. Raise the people to battle. The publicity proclaims war. Tell the people that the heretics are hiding among them, and the millions of loyal subjects will grind the thousands of traitors to dust. The cleansing should be thorough. A good few wrecks of dead ships still linger in orbit. After the day the Xenos scum attacked the world, command your fleet to pick them up and send them plummeting towards the nest of this spawn, trying to encroach on your domain. I could frequently destroy my planet by throwing down huge ships. Are you crazy? Since all of them are linked by a common will, we could start by launching our attack there. If the astrophatic choir, I have learned today, could drown out the voice of the brute, we would be able to launch a sudden strike and act quickly enough before the enemy could restore cohesion and alert the forces to assault. Argento is right. We'll announce to the people that we have the enemy in our midst. They should come to the aid of the enforcers who will be attacking in full force. May the mutant heretics perish in the cleansing flames. At the appointed time, the hives are going to shook from the thunderous threat of combat vehicles. An army of enforcers came to wage war on the mutant heretics. The heretics, despite having time to prepare defenses, could not match the planetary god's weaponry. The enforcers were supported by an enraged mob led by fanatically howling priests. The fight quickly devolved into a bloody riot. The inhabitants of the hives readily threw their support behind the enforcers after watching them severely punish the minor cults. The lessons in obedience had been learned, and the volunteers hoped to obtain some spoils from the losing side. Everything was over after one planetary cycle. The filthy shrines and the heretic sanctuaries are set ablaze. Only one thing filled the rogue trader's servants with unease. Inside the cult's main temple, they found a den of some grotesque, enormous monster. It was empty. They did not find the beast. If the emperors had been merciful, the monster would surely have perished in the fires. Tainted phylactery. The wielder gains critical hit chance against Xenos. Excuse me. Excuse me. Complacency is pretty low on this planet. Let's make pleasing the tired. Push the complacency back up. Good. We need to go up there. Warp travel. Swow. Deadly warp travel. That sounds dangerous. Let's see. Curse you, Scalander. Yeah. I need to go in there with my retinue. I don't want to spend more items on that. Because then we have to fight off in our void ship against whatever demonic apparition has spears through the veil into our ship. I'm curious what it is. Blood ladders. Oh, corn.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Demons of corn. Primal blood letters, even. Oh boy, a lot of them. And a Chaos Marine. Looks like a war leader. Is there? Okay. So let's bring you over here. Let's bring you down here. Heinrich's gonna be also in the front. Thor, come over there. Pascal, be there. Bring your thingy over here. Where's Agenta? Agenta over there. And Solomon with Glyto. Let's come closer as well. Let's move Glyto to the front. Start a battle. Nice block. Crimson Slash. Apparently. That causes a little bit of bleeding. How far does the reach of this go? 5 solid radius. Okay. Definitely need to move up here first. Then we're gonna go with Inquisitor's commands.
I'll make it happen.
To take the blood things away from everything. Then I'm gonna need to go for Apprehend first. So we're gonna go for Concentrated Fire. Apprehend. Let's take the damage one out first. That's 35. That's totally fine. The shotgun attacks the obiter to make 2 single shots against the targets. Dodge and parry. Armor penetration and 45 levels of bleeding on it. Okay. Jesus. Thor is dodging. Dude, is this powerful? Is this powerful? Doggo completely destroyed that thing. So let's put that on Argenta, so she ignores completely enemy armor. So we're moving over here. Then we're going for Reckless Rush. If I go over there, I only have 1 target. Okay, let's move down there. Is what it is. Buff our attack. Right, and take some shots down there. Oh, there's more to them? There's more of them? I didn't know what happened, but he just disappeared. So everybody gets a buff. Protection of the Emperor. Bomb. Warp speed. Let's give warp speed to Ulfar. I'm curious if we'll be able to move down here or not. Let's run over here. Put endurance up. I'm good to go. So, Solomon, send your doggo to protect Argenta. And could dash. Not strategic adaptation. Is there not a thing where I could walk to where my doggo is? Apparently not. Ulfar. Let's move over here. Reckless Rush.
Now the wolf succeeds.
Let's move you down. Gonna burn Xenos. 2 to 3 damage only. That looks a little bit better. So, until the end of combat, the Arch-Militant can make an additional attack each turn. 1 additional attack on the turn. The first attack after using this ability can, and each turn afterwards, costs 0 AP. Let's do that. So, rapid fire. Concentrated fire. Apparently we didn't hit anything. Okay. Let's reload. Let's wait for the rest to catch up. So, Pascal down here. Let's try to solve the simulacrum. Did it work? It failed. Okay. Relocation over here. I'm gonna have a medical signal. And we're gonna have an provoking signal. Because it has 2 signals at once. They're gonna make a machine spirit buff. Bring it. Yeah, shoot your buddy. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. So, advance in tracking. Let's tell them to protect Ulfar. Can I not? No line of sight. Let's try it again. Protect Ulfar.
On it.
Very good. Go bind the Chaos Marine. Oh, they're running all around. God damn it. Apprehend attack again. Still didn't make it. We tried. So, moving up here. So, controlled shot.
For the weak.
So we're not hitting anybody by accident. Completely destroyed both Xenos. Jesus. This lady is ridiculous in her power. Too powerful, I tell you. So, warp speed on Ulfar. Strength buff on Ulfar. Can we put enfeeblements on him, or we can't? Oh. We're good to go.
We've got a job to do, Glato.
Bring Glato up there. And we're good. So... Oh, he's still alive down there. Wait, what? I think there's a bug with that creature on the ground. Can I kick it? No line of sight? What? Just rolled out of bed 5 minutes ago? Are you proud of yourself? Let's move up. Let's charge him. Okay, now we're talking. Let's move up to the Chaos Marine. Glad is coming with us. We're gonna do rapid fire, concentrated fire. Shoot. What the fuck? Kick him. Move up. Stab him.
Die in disgrace.
Dude! Heretical bolter. No need. Anything else? Back to the Corona's expense. Okay, we defended our ship victoriously. As you should be. As you should be dressed. So, that means we should appear over here. Chast new routes. We've got a +1. That means we can make this warp thing dangerous now and not necessarily death incarnate. Our translation of the warp were a little rough. And that lost about 500 souls in the middle on the service deck, and a God Emperor only knows how many wounded. But that's only the half of it. The brain boxes on the ogres were sending me reports that aren't doing my mood any favors. Real space here's got more holes than a sieve, and all our sensors are playing up. Gotta be sorcery, Lord Captain. If I was you, I'd do what I came here to do right and clear out while I still can. Okay. A distorted star. Interesting. The surface of the star shimmers with a myriad of hues. The dance of colors fascinated any who dare glance at it. The playful color patterns appear the vessel's orbs in a wide variety of spectra. Order the shutters of the bridge panoramic windows closed. We're not watching that. Promethium 7. Wow, we take that with us. We're not looking at this shimmering ball. Scan this planet. Lex door. Unknown ships. Before I tackle them, I want to quickly go to my bridge and talk to the Imperial Navy. I think we have a lot of profit factor to grab a lot of the goodies. Yes! A lot of goodies. Gimme, gimme. Come on. Have you made a confession lately? Lordship, you're truly masterful at springing unexpected questions. The orphans on the ship have already been provided with the bare essentials, have they not? Why are some destined to perish in the warp, while others must be on the bin? I will not pry into how your lordship found out about my confession. I suppose it raised some questions for you. You have a good heart, it seems. I'm surprised. I'm willing to allocate extra resources to provide for the orphans. I marvel at your generosity. Will there be any specific instructions? Make sure they get things that will bring them little moments of joy. Sweet toys, they deserve it. Educate them so that they may grow up to greater use of the ship. Assign teachers, supply books, and commend the best students with gifts. A wise decision, your lordship. Thank you, Candy. Ha! My brain sometimes. Scrap container. Granting you 100 scraps. We get 400 scraps from the scrap container. Jeepers, me this. An Auspec multi-brand. Provides 190 points of protection for each sector. That's pretty nice. Fantastic. Melt the bomb mortar. Medium range dorsal macro cannons, which fire 4 shots dealing 21 damage. Whenever it hits an enemy ship, it has a chance to install fires. Excuse me. Repetition. Hard and tradable. Select all. And fire it out. 14. So, military adamantine thing. 9 points of damage on each side. Okay, we got it all. The Drusians. Okay, what do we have here? Ancient plasma rifle. I'll take that. A holy power armor. Ooh. New armor for our beloved. Astartes flamer. Yeah. Heavy rock saw. Not gonna use that. Modified breeches armor. A medium one. They were against temporary wounds for each of their allies and full wounds at the start of their worst turn. Base armor properties, 11 armor. But it's based on persuasion. An iconoclast rank. Ooh. That's something for not Heinrichs. Abelard. Whenever it inflicts a damage over time effect or kills an enemy, they were gains +1 stack of inevitability. Oh, that's what Kibellah had. Once there were wounds dropped below 50% or the first time in combat, they immediately gain temporary wounds equal to their missing wounds. Adrenaline injector. It's kind of like a survival thing. Okay. Vivisector's visor. There was a single attack on an opening deal. Okay, that's for assassins. On their side, Providence. A new weapon for our beloved Pascal. There was first attack during the first round. Cost 0 AP. Whenever there were attacks an enemy and triggers an exploit with this attack, the triggered effect is calculated as if the enemy had one additional exploit. Can only be equipped by Eldar. Meh. Smiter. Bag of Stimulants. Whenever the warrior uses Carnival of Misery, they immediately heal to full. That would have been something for Kibellah. Cheapus Meebus. So, Cadian Carcapes modifies artifice armor. Partner in death. So, reputation. Give it by cost. Select all tradables. Leave me some of the things. Trade. Up to 30. These are some nice swords. Blade wings. Whenever it spends all their movement points to move to any cell within movement range, this movement does not trigger attackers of opportunity. At the end of movement, the warrior automatically performs a melee area attack with their primary weapon against all adjacent enemies. The warrior always has the highest initiative in combat. Oh, wow. Being always first is pretty powerful. Mantle of Extermination. Whenever the warrior kills an enemy with an area attack, the warrior allies gain critical hit chance until the warrior's next turn. Just a turn buff. Iron Grip. While the warrior's familiar is adjacent to them, it successfully passes any test in combat. That's something for our Solomorn. When in cover, the warrior has a 100% cover efficiency against area attacks. Cadian Carcapes. High Spinner Armor. The Judex. A big flamer weapon. A Power Sword. Partner in Death. Two-handed Blade. Staff of the Righteous Pyre. Modified Artificer Armor. The Cold-Blooded. What is another two-handed sword? Additional attack, the Double-Edged Strike. This attack does not count towards the attack limit per turn, but deals 20 damage to the wielder. Hymn of Vehemence. The Undertaker. Dude. Dragon Scale Power Armor. Okay. We have a lot more, but our profit factor is not strong enough. Complacency and whatnot went up. Militia Navy. Let's do that. Kibellah, we've also built everything. V-Boss. We also built everything. We have the Earthbreaker over here. Gives me Plasteel and Adamantine. Why not? Build it. Giannis has, I think, also nothing left. We have the layers and the payment in organs. Complacency drops by 3. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Not gonna happen. Not gonna build you. And with Falston we also have, I think, everything. Yeah. Goodio. Let's have a quick look here. You, my friends. The worst heavy weapon attacks gain 50% additional damage, but never critically hit. Yeah. Let's give you the highest initiative, so you're always first. That sounds good to me. And give you the adrenaline injector to fully heal. So 40 to 44 was the Judex. Big two-handed flamer. A Beaky. Yikes. Not happy with that. When the wearer suffers damage more than equal to his armor, unleashes a blast of energy dealing power damage to any target in melee range. Gives him plus 25 strength. Okay. What about this Astartes Flamer? Flame weapons have 2 special area attacks with different area of effects. Seems like a bit stronger in terms of that. Good. The Vial of Farstone, so we can move further. Gonna use that. So, modified breacher armor. Wait, the armor is going with Iconoclast or something. Persuasion. Iconoclast rank. Now that's something for Abelard. Put that off. Yeah. That's definitely something for Abelard. So those gloves. Are for you. With the iron grip. Whenever the enemy moves to a cell adjacent to the wearer, that enemy must pass a resistance test. Pretty strong. Pretty strong. Other than that, we are good. Yeah. Argenta. Judax or Undertaker? 35, 44. I mean, this is a close combat thing because it has also a chainsword on it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that. Like that. Good. Pascal. Oh, I wanted to check the Hymn of Vehemence. It has a lower rate of fire. It shoots 5 shots. Warhymn of Fierce Radical increase the rate of fire of this bolter by the numbers of enemies affected by Warhymn of Fierce Reticle. Holy shit. Yeah, this is better than the heavy bolter. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. This is really bad. Boots of Carskin. So like that. Also give her different grenades, please. So we have fire grenades. And Eldari Plasma. Anything else? Mind Scrambler. He-Wire. That's only for mechanical creatures. Good. Let's have it like that. I would love if they would auto fill up the items. Then it would be great. So, other than that, you have got your weaponry and whatnot. Pascal, there was a plasma that potentially might be better. It is not. But the axe. Oh, the axe. On the Messiah's Providence. Take it. Yeah, baby. So, we have also a lot of new swords. But he's a chainsword dude. Craven's Bane. That's a two-handed chainsword. Shit. Is there any good one-handed chainswords coming up afterwards? Feels like only the swords are getting the love and appreciation. So, sacrifice a full sword. 26 to 34, 40 armor penetration. Whenever the wielder kills an enemy with this weapon, the wield degradation is reduced. Wielder's psi rating after that gains +1 psi rating for 1 turn. The sacrifice. Okay, fancy looking. Fancy looking. In terms of armor, we're good. Power armor might be cool. I think I might give that I might give them some power armor when it comes to it. Good. Everything we could do has been done. Let's keep going. Ship was the last thing I wanted to do. So we have here some plating. 9 points of damage on each side. That's inferior, gone. Auger. 98% chance and 5 critical. 190 on each sector. Equip. .15 speed along with low acceleration and braking. Strong acceleration and braking. I'm gonna take you to cargo. Then we have the melter bomb mortar that goes instead of the lance weapon. Medium range dorsal macro cannon, which fires 4 shots, dealing 21 damage per shot. Whenever it hits the enemy ship hull, it has 75 chance to start internal fires on that ship for 3 to 4 rounds. 4 times 21 is 84. Sounds good. Let's have that. Let's give it a try at least. 92, 98. 2 cargo. Okay. Let's increase our ramming potential to 5. Beautiful. Onwards. We've upgraded a lot. We can now go and kick some ass. Unknown ships. Though, gonna be probably get destroyed in an instance. The power fantasy continues. Yes. Big thanks again to Rutamar Haxer for the T1 subscriptions today. Helps out with our goal. Exclamation mark Kofi, you want to check it out. We want to upgrade our system. So every little bit does support the thing. Alert the Drukhari have blocked some of your flagship posts. That's okay. That's okay. We have the big blooded claw cruiser up there. And then 2 smaller ones coming from there. Gonna launch some fighters into those directions. I'm just gonna move over here and start throwing out. Can I not? Throw out my... Interesting. My torpedoes. I thought I could be able to go for torpedoes things, but apparently I can't. I cannot reach you. That is bad. Can I boost my Master of the Etherics with 1 turn? Okay. Frontal shield up. And that's it. I'm gonna fly over here. There comes the destroyers. Oh, interesting. They're going for the small ones. And he's going for the Heartless. Okay. The Heartless also has interceptors now. Excuse me. So... so we can prolong it, so we can hit it. We can. That was a good hit. Then we want some new heading. And turning to be happening. That means we're gonna come from behind. Do some shooting. Completely missed it. Dorsal metal bombardments. Good, that hit as well. We have some internal fires on it. Triumph and Fury. Barrage, flag shots. Let's do some flag shots. If we can, of course. Yeah. And bring the launches out. 2 more. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, that means shield though, left side. Probably. So, fighters coming over here. Take some shots. Fly away. Next fighter group. Take some shots. Boom, gone. Turn around. Next fighters. Oh, that's mine. My bad. My bad. Heartless has some nice punch. Oh, the motor shot. Jesus. Very powerful, I like it. So, flying all around. All around. Coming a little bit closer to the Heartless. The Heartless will take it apart. Well done. Well done. Every time we have the space battles, I want to play Gothica, Warhammer 40k. But for some reason, I can't really get into touch with that game. Landing, excavation. No Kibellah anymore. He's dead. Onyx definitely has some big boots to fill.
I identify Captain Sargona's blasphemous attempts to combine creations of the Adeptus Mechanicus with Xenotech as effective, and thus that much more egregious.
The rogue trader should have purged the pirate vessel with fire. Even a fragment of a ship like that could become a carrier of corruption.
Excuse me. It was my decision not to do it. Well, you guys over here. Overseer. You came to rescue us. Praise the God Emperor. It reached you. The sorcerer's message reached others like him. May you rest in peace. We're most honored by your presence. Please come forward, quickly. out of the darkness. Those creatures come from the dark, you see, but not for much longer. And now you're here, and Mistress Lichtenhardt has already found a way to help us. We need to hurry. Examine the sentry's face. Even under wavering lumens, you notice something strange. Slightly skewed proportions. He almost indiscriminately asymmetry of her facial features. Looking at other sentries, you see the same oddity in their faces too. And the fact that they are all wearing the same strange ramshackle implants, which clearly are not combat augmentics. Noticed, have you? Don't jump to any conclusion. It could be a local genetic anomaly. It could be something else. We can't see anything of sure yet. They do not appear to be very sturdy. Please, my lord, do you think we are trained guardsmen? We're from the expedition convoy. We've lived here for generations. The God Emperor has guarded us from misfortune, but now we have to fight. You mentioned an expedition? Yes, about 30 years back, we were brought here with a load of clever people from some high-up adepters or something or other, and we've lived here ever since. I've raised 4 kids here. 2 died at the excavation. 1 was taken by the monsters, but my youngest is still alive. Excavations. Perhaps the expedition will rather this objective was what Melina was interested in. Of course, the easiest options would be to ask her directly. What happened to the planet? It's terrible, my lord. I don't even know how to describe it. It's been a few months, probably. A few months of being plagued by this sorcerous beast. As soon as night fell, they came creeping right out of the shadows, black as soot. There's no stopping them. Sorcerous creatures from the shadow. Could that be demons? That would explain the presence of warp anomalies in the system. A local breach. I wish to see Emelina Lichtenhardt. Mistress Lichtenhardt is inside, in the pit. You go on, don't be afraid. She'll be there to properly greet you. We'll stand guard. Thanks to the Emperor for delivering you to us. Something smells foul. Big time. Big time. The giant gate bearing the way of the excavation site. Let's go inside. That chill. Where's it come from? Oh, the lights go out. Creatures, they're coming! What the fuck is happening? Mandrakes? On you Drukari things? Ambushed? Who's the first Mandrake? Down there? Meh. Let's get over here. Could burn you. Let's burn you. 119. Jesus. $47. I'm gonna do rapid fire. And go. Very good. Then kick you.
I will carve runes out of your bones.
Shift and run. Kill this Mandrake. And move to the next.
Our foes reek of cowardice.
Could throw a grenade in between them. Let's do it. Bale blasts. Oh wow. Their damage output is pretty high. Venomous slash. So, advanced tracking. Set my doggo out. Go and apprehend. Go bite. Good boy. So... Very good boy. Apprehend the other one as well. Okay, that one is as good as dead. Run and gun. Moving up here. So I could shoot you, I could shoot you. Who do I want to? Send him to protect the Overseer. Shoot.
I'll
Again,
see to it
bites.
personally.
That dude. 146. Okay, he's gonna die. From that, definitely. Give Argenta the buff.
Don't touch me.
I'll hit back. Hit back.
I'll brush this off.
Look out.
So... Let's get everybody a buff by the Emperor. There's no veil whatsoever stuff happening. Let's give Solomon some boosts. Let's make you guys frail. And buff Glato. Why not? Give us some strength.
I'll do what it takes.
Emperor, protect me.
Good. I'm gonna stand here in the middle. I'm gonna give my doggo a run. Then I'm gonna tell advanced tracking for every position he goes, it will do extra damage. Because I'm standing next to them, I'm gonna use protect, and I think it will attack all three of them.
Let's test our skills, Glato.
Only two? Okay. Fair enough. Two is also good. Two is also good. So, let's go and apprehend this dude. We're gonna make an concentrated fire. Boom. Takes him out. Good boy. Then attack this one. And kill him. And they're gonna go for overcharge. And let him attack the other one as well. Perfect. That was it, I think. Sharpened blades. Bad shotgun.
I always have a backup plan.
Good. So the diggers have been attacked out here by these mandrakes. But they looked like Drukhari to me, not necessarily like demons. Especially with the weaponry as well that we found. But who knows? Who knows? Overseers. Border passage. Lore warp. Man, we have very bad warp lore. Oh. Oh, there's the shrine. Oh, this is not looking good. It's not looking good. Funny hilarious that my wife is singing. Taunting stream targets do not need to fail willpower resistance tests to be affected by this ability. Ooh. Shifts words cloak. Whenever the word is targeted by an attack of opportunity, they gain +1 stack. And that's dodge. Also, the word gains 3 movement points every time they are targeted by an attack of opportunity. Psi reading. And after the turn, the word expends all of their shift shroud stack and grants the ally dodge until the word's next turn. Okay. The Instigator Mantle is pretty neat. I'm gonna give that to you. Gonna give you rather critical hit chance against Xenos. After a successful attack, these gauntlets grant a wearer a chance to inflict bleeding on the target. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. Now let's have taunting scream rather than that. Metal claw gloves. Let's change those out. Good. I'm happy. 15 warp. Strange embraces scatter across the table surface, all of it is broken.
I serve the golden throne.
Primitive craft work. So, ordered our passage.
A space wolf never fails in their duty.
Well, you shouldn't have, my lord. This doesn't look good at all.
Damn it! It's a Vox liturgy twisted by warp sorcery. Try not to listen too closely.
Everyone, cover your ears, keep chanting, and walk. There is no other way.
There's no other
Keep
way.
your wits about you.
This altar would be unremarkable if not for the uncanny sound streaming from it. Okay, so there's some sort of heretical things happening. Is that done and known by the lady? There's some sort of ritual circle over there. Nice catch there, Thor. Very nice catch. Grimmy's handwritten notebooks. Lady Mila says that these creatures, Mandrax, Druhi, can get inside people's heads. We all listen to Lady Melina, of course, but I'm not sure she's right about this. How else can I explain what happens every time I close my eyes? I see runes burning in the dark. No, laughing is bad. Praying more, that's good. Praying harder. Praying for the peace of Gandir's soul, and for ours too. Okay. Let's get up here. The symbols on the skin must bleed. Again. Hold him tighter. What the fuck is she doing? God, Emperor, help me. The visual's description matches Interrogator von Kallux. You made it here after all. Emelina? What? What is this? You're performing the arch-enemy's rituals, but no. Stop right now. Not another move, unless I tell you. Who have you brought with you, Interrogator von Calix? Clearance level? I did not hear you introduce yourself. I see no need to offer my name first. Hypotheses. Rogue trader, most likely. The rogue trader Xavier has taken such an unusual interest in. Von Valancius, territory of the Galactic Vest for Bundus, a dynasty noted for its heretical tendencies. Threat level. I brought the help you requested in your message, Emelina. A warship under the aegis of the rogue trader. She's a special entity because she can memorize and store her memories in all kinds of blocks, of memory blocks in her head, and can deliberately lock memory shards away because these people are used for data storage instead of having them digitally or written down, because that could be corrupted. I mean, a human brain can also be corrupted, but nevertheless, that's what she does. You're drawing conclusions based on incomplete knowledge of the situation, Interrogator von Calix. Your judgment is impaired. Heinrichs, why is Emelina addressing you in a strange manner? I expect that Emelina has chosen to seal the memory block containing data of personal nature. She does this whenever she's concerned that someone might try to extract information about Kalkaz's coterie from her, Sigma Prosperity. The reminiscence block you are attempting to access was repurposed into now contains knowledge of the rituals performed by the shamans of this place. My standard working memory alone was insufficient to record all the nuances I uncovered in my research. Emelina, you deleted the data about all the members of Kalkaza units? You wiped us all? Of course not. I retained the portion of the reminiscence block data relating to the operational significance of the Lord Acquisitions unit. That is how I was able to recognize you, Interrogator von Calix. Oh, I think Calix and her had something more deeper going on. You burned away memory of your comrade. Even if my duty demanded it, I would not want to forget an arbiter who fought by my side. I certainly wouldn't do so for the sake of some dubious knowledge, no matter what benefit it promised me. The chapel with the demented Voxcast, what is going on there? A side experiment, a way for exhausted and frightened people to find comfort in higher power. However, I had the services stopped. Several people succumbed to the pernicious influence of the atmosphere and went insane, but the people blame it on the voices from the Vox. What happened on Baton? I came here on the Supreme Director of the Lord Inquisitor, and Adeptus Historica mission was established to study the origins of the civilization that once inhabited the planet. This world was once settled by humans. The mission aimed to discover which colony ship they came from and why they disappeared. The traces of the ancient culture uncovered in the layers of soil suggested that the existence of primitive solar faiths among the dark inhabitants of this world. Faiths that are strikingly similar to the worship of the arch-enemy. The surviving scrolls indicate that shamans used the gifts of chaos to protect their people, to secure the harvest, to imbue their warriors with strength and vitality, and this cult persisted for thousands of years. I was cataloging data when the attacks began at one of the remote outposts. I immediately recognized the enemy by their tactics. Drukhari. They choose an unremarkable, defenseless world where night lasts half a year. By the time 5 outposts had been swallowed by darkness, the last astropath had been torn to pieces, and many calls for help sent to Conqueror units had gone unanswered. I realized that no one was going to save these people, or this knowledge, and so I put the knowledge to use for the good of humanity. Heinrichs makes sense for this. For me, am I going mad, or is your colleague engaging in flagrant heresy here? Emelina is opportuning under the assumption that any and all methods are acceptable in the war against the enemies of humanity. Her reasoning is not infallible, however, it does contain a grain of truth. I am to inform an assessment of your actions. I must know the purpose of the ritual we interrupted when we arrived. Answer me. Oh boy, this is not looking good. It will rid this world of its half-year-long nights and the mandrakes of their total advantage over us. It will force a new heavenly body, this one human making, to rise above the horizon and illuminate the dark side of the planet. If the ritual works, I will have mastered the secret of forging a new sun. This is madness. Madness, pride, and monstrous staggering heresy. And you have places in the Corona's expense that could do with a new sun? Holy crap. I've heard enough. I will not tolerate this heresy near me. I'm restricting your authority here, Rogue Trader. I have not yet heard everything that Melina has to say. Excuse me, Mr. Inquisitor? Stop stepping in here. Do you mean to say you discovered a ritual for creating a sun? Buried under silica and granite are knowledge and resources that could repel the enemies of humanity. We're too afraid of anything labeled prohibited. My memory contains thousands upon thousands of pages from manuscripts, tomes, and scrolls. Contact with any of these supposed to guarantee instant death. But these preachers who claim this are liars. I'm living proof of their falsehoods. A fine time to show your true colors, Inquisitor. Let's see if you will do what is right, or once again prove that you consider yourself above the rules. Lord Ulfar, with all due respect to you and your chapter, keep your mouth shut. Your skepticism is the last thing I need right now. Holy gods, Heinrichs! Who I have become, Interrogator von Kalex. I am what any agent of the Golden Throne is predestined to become if they're able to see through the essence of things. I have, as the Puritans say, succumbed to the heresy of radicalization. Moreover, in doing so, I'm only following in the footsteps of our mentor. The only difference is that I have chosen the path of the Oblationists, while he chose the Xenos Hybris, forging an alliance with the cursed Drukhari. Wait, Kellogg's? Okay, Dieter, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in. What unthinkable accusation. The Lord Inquisitor in league with the enemies of humanity? Emelina, suppress your urge to debate internal matters in the presence of the Rogue Trader. Additionally, I will not tolerate insults to the Lord Inquisitor in my presence. Oh, no, you've already started, so you may as well continue the conversation. Why? It's just philosophical, rhetorical, referring to old men with a weakness for demagogue. Aha! Actions are being driven by this philosophy. Interrogator von Kalex. Mine. Yours, the Lord Inquisitors. Why are you avoiding talking about the fact that Xavier Calcazar is a dangerous radical? No less dangerous than I am. Except I am not driven by utopian ideals, but by the desire to protect humanity, using a broader range of tools. What you call a broader range of tools is heresy, Melina. Unremarkable, commonplace heresy. Heresy that has taken on a twisted form in the mind subjected to prolonged contact with corruption. The arch-enemy has been gnawing at you from within, creating a star with a chaos ritual. You have crossed the line. No, you have obliterated the line. The line? The lines are for the weak and ignorant. Anyone capable of weighing the risk and making calculated decisions would have done the same as me. To protect the Imperium's domain, to deliver a preemptive strike, even von Valancius. You are simple mortal endowed with huge power and privilege, ruling over worlds and holding millions of lives in the palm of your hand. Tell me, would you have done the same in my position? I would have not made the same mistake. Warrant of trade in the hands of such a person is a dangerous prospect indeed. The only one to answer my call, and you turned out to be a brainwashed pawn. I did not factor the possibility of psychological dependence. Calcazar can be persuasive, especially to those who depend on him. A favorite sorcerer, a Cascabillian renegade. Oh yes, Interrogator von Calux, Xavius Calcazar's stalwart little soldier. You will just die like Tanakia. Who's Tanakia? Emelina Iona Lichtenhardt. Heinrich begins stiffly formal before breaking off. Tanakia? What do you know about Tanakia? You don't even know what fate befell her, do you? I suppose it won't hurt for you to know something of it. A strange sound causes the sage to fall silent. She turns towards the tunnel. What the fuck is going on? Uh-oh. Holy shit! Drukhari heresy again! I swear to gods, I hate these pointy ears so much. We need to block all possible approaches. Light. We need light to dispel the shadows of the corners. Okay. Light, light, light. Where can we do light? Turn on the lamp. Is down there. Okay. Good. Prepare for battle. I'm gonna move you down there. Who's up next? Pascal is up next. I'm gonna move Pascal down there. Okay. Then we have Solomorn. Gonna bring you down here as well. With the doggo. Heinrichs. I think I can go down there. Argenta, you're just gonna shoot from up top. And we move it over here as well. Actually, I've got to move up here because my doggo needs to run around somehow or something like that. I'm not sure. Can he use the ladder? Maybe he can use the ladder. Good. Start battle. So, first up, we're moving down here. Let's do the rush. Moving over there. And set some fire on them. Kablam. And then we're gonna do wildfire. Do it again. Nice. Switching weapon. Charge in. Beautiful. Good to go. Good to go. So, turn on the lamps. There we go. Bring that up. Let's get some advantage. There. And, shoot. Hit both. Intriguing. Intriguing. Machine Spirit. And we're good to go. So, Solomorn. Let's shoot. Mandrake Blast, you little piece of poop. Cannot move now? Oh, you son of a... Glato, go bite him. Thank you kindly. Can I dash? Can dash a little bit. Can I do a run and gun? I can do a run and gun. There's nothing else coming from there. Let's bring Doggo up to protection. Protect me. I'm gonna make a stalwart defense towards this direction. So... Argenta. Let's shoot. Let's shoot again. Thank you kindly. Jesus. Okay, no enemies standing around. We're good. Turn on the lamp. Anything in here? No. Move over there. And tell Doggo to protect Solomorn as well. Well, nearly married there. We're waiting. So... give you some powers. Move it down here. Boost your strength. Boost your resolve.
Break their morale.
That's it. The lights fall out. Oh, they spawn here because the lights are... Ah, I see. So the spiel is to keep probably all the lights ready, I guess. Okay. The relocates over there. Mandrakes, okay. Cannot reach them. Fair enough. Missed. That's a shame. Solomon, please come over here. Turn the lamps on. If I go like that, it hits all of them. If I go over here, I can hit all of them. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Overcharge. Run. Tell the doggo to bite.
One of us would be enough.
This dude. Now we're shooting. He dodged. Wait, he's not apprehending him, even though he dodged. Okay. I think the mechanic here is broken. Normally he should attack. Might be wrong. String shot.
Understood.
Boom! There we go. Wasted. All my work, all my preparation, all for nothing. Emilia Jona Lichtenhardt, in the name of the Inquisition, you are hereby removed from your post and expelled from the Holy Order. The fate of this fallen member is a matter of the Order. Heretical archives, artifacts obtained in excavation and other assets in Lichtenhardt's possession, I hereby declare the property of the Holy Inquisition. However, it is for the rogue trader to decide what becomes of Patan 4 and its people. What will happen to the archives of Emelina? The archives will be sealed and transported to your ship as the official property of the Inquisition for further study and appraisal. Emelina is my responsibility. What would you advise me to do, Heinrichs? This world has been compromised. Any attempt to assess the degree of corruption will necessarily be based on weak judgment. I would get rid of the planet and its population. I will not risk taking survivors into my crew, however, I will not leave them unaided. They will be given supplies and support for the defense against the Drukhari. So be it, Lord Captain. Now, as for Emelina, you are hereby stripped of your special status as an agent of the Golden Throne and all attendants' rights and privileges. I am authorized to use all interrogation measures, stipulate and standard framework for information extraction to certain fate of the acolyte Tanakia Kalbergaria. Will that be necessary, Emelina? No, Interrogator von Kallax. I have no intention of concealing that information from you. I'm almost certain that Tanakia was eliminated on the orders of Xavier Kalkazar after being deemed a volatile element. You're lying. I have a rather unpleasant suspicion that the witnesses to this conversation are also at risk of being eliminated at a later date. Whether you're joking or being deadly serious, your words fall to deaf ears. Listen in silence. I saw one of Kalkazar's documents when I went to receive my new orders. Only a fleeting glimpse. But with my memory like a picked recorder, it was long enough for its contents to be imprinted to my mind. I do not know the details, but the document itself was an interrogator transcript, with a final annotation indicated the removal of the person from the retinue. And we both know how someone leaves the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, Interrogator von Kallax. Bunch of burly dudes versus Genza, what a team. What team would you go with, Last Verdict? Welcome in, by the way. Tanakia is the Lord Inquisitor's top espionage specialist. Wherever Xavier chooses to refrain from making a public show of strength, Kalbergaria was invaluable. Why would he do this? I do not know, Interrogator. Just as I do not know why the Lord Inquisitor sent me to this nondescript planet as soon as I voiced my concerns about his methods. Just as I do not know if I should blame the warp for the lack of responses to my calls for help, or is it Kalkazar's prohibited the others from answering? The nature of her mission and Xavier's true purpose here in the Expanse was likely why he chose to bury the secret, and Tanakia along with it. The operational data indicates that you are the retinue's primary torture specialist, Interrogator. All this time, I thought you were the one who conducted Tanakia's interrogation, and one of the reasons why I destroyed my personal data block was to ensure that my own sentiments would not prevent me from thinking rationally when I next encountered you or Kalkazar other servants. Ooh. Heinrichs? Emelina Jona Lichtenhardt. Your knowledge is particular interest to the Inquisition. Before your fate is decided, I will carry out the necessary procedures to extract the information from you. You can assist by providing access to your reminiscence blocks. However, unsealing the inaccessible blocks will require greater force. First she corrupts her mind with this knowledge, and now you are planning to do the same. Studying the forbidden is part of my work. I will show greater caution than Emelina did, or else I will suffer the same fate. We are finished here. The planet will be designated unfit for further use. The risks are simply too great. I will take a few hours to deal with the excavation site and what the diggers found here, but it will not delay us. When we return to the ship, find a minute to speak with me. Ooh, baby. Okay. Excuse me. Lots of blood. What have here? Last guns.
Let us not dawdle.
So we've grabbed everything that we could. How do we go? I've run a lot of different parties, but all of them included Cassia. I mean, Cassia is a powerhouse. She is. I think you could solo the game with her. The overseer powers that she's pulling is insane. I'm curious if this doubts and information will pull Heinrichs around to doubt the Inquisitor. For sure, easily. She's way overtuned. I mean, the whole game is designed to give you this power trip of being super powerful and whatnot. And I think I've sort of min-maxed the group's talents and skills so far that we're just ridiculously steamrolling everything. So, Heinrichs, let's have a chat.
Lord Captain, I thank you for your assistance with my mission. Thanks to rogue trader von Valancius, the Inquisition has stopped the enemies of humanity, even those hiding in its own ranks on this occasion. I will no longer be making any claim on your time or resources.
Everything Emelina said about Calcazar, should we be concerned about it?
It is dangerous information, but you are already too deeply involved. In the Inquisition, there are two main philosophies: Puritanism and radicalism. The adherents of the former are conservatives who strive to follow the letter of inquisitorial doctrine in all matters. The radicals are more pragmatic. They believe that the end often justifies the means, and they use tools that a Puritan would condemn as heretical.
I see.
Emelina used the powers of chaos to gain the upper hand against Xenos. I touched a cogitator built by cultists to learn its secrets. None of us is pure. Xavier. The craven-hearted say that the career of every Inquisitor ends in either death or heresy. The Lord Inquisitor has borne this burden longer than any of us. It would be naive to think that he had only ever used Puritan methods, and even more naive to suggest that such methods have in any way weakened his loyalty to the God Emperor. And that is all I will say on the subject.
Fair enough. What will happen to Emelina?
There are ways of breaking into her memory and extracting the secrets she is still keeping within herself. I will see to it that no secret escapes the grasp of the Holy Ordos. This is not the first time, or the last, I fear, that I will cause the death of someone close to me. There have always been reasons for it. Sometimes the reasons are dictated by duty, sometimes by my own personal volition.
He's saying that just so casually. What are you going to do with that now that it's done?
I will remain part of your retinue. That will not change. I will continue to accompany you until I receive orders to the contrary from the Lord Inquisitor, if ever. Who knows? Perhaps one day my journey will end like Emelina's, but that day is not today.
Fair enough. I take my leave. Good. We've done that. Next. Throne Room Palace von Valences, Dragonus. Looks like we're gonna do a deal about that conspiracy that is going on our home planet. Plasteel. Xenotax for weapons. Adamantine for mechanisms. Okay. Looks like we're going back to our home planet. Argonus is getting that built. And we got the Earthbreaker. Okay, there's one more tier, I think, that we're going to be able to build later on. But that's it for now. Off to the Argonus it is. Let's deal with that political situation that is bewildered. I think the drive stems have called the Von Valancius, not the Von Valancius, the Abelard's family. What is it called again? That they're conspiring against the throne. Warp travel. The crew will receive military gear and whatnot. Let's do that. There is a potential anomaly over here. I'd like to check that out really quickly before we jump down. Do you think last verdict that you're gonna go for custom difficulty? Oh wow, anomaly. The endless canvas of the cosmic void is interrupting by what looks like a bottomless hole. The office of the bridge worldly look upon their conjugator machines, screens turn up and off chaotically. The walls of the bridge of the crew's silhouettes and the ship's holy machines tremble and stretch out like rubber bands, while the tech breeds are trying to placate the machine spirits. Helmsman Raver reports that the situation is bad. Determine if the archives contain any data of such anomalies. A few operators managed to wring a minute about to useful information of the archives. Such anomalies are extremely rare, randomly appearing like gravitational wells which connect different points in the space. Where such a well leads is impossible to predict. Direct the vessel to the center of the anomaly. The closer the vessel gets to the hole, the faster it is pulled in. Thousands of people on every deck are gripped by panic. And we end up in Adarmats 2. Maybe should have not jumped into some weird hole in the sky. Oh, we're up here. Did you recollege your plot? Anything else from your side? I think we can give them items or something like that. The former Recalger colonies greets you. It would seem the ship has been deserted in the time you have been gone. Order the crew to dismantle the vessel down to the last cog. Okay, looks like the ship has been gone. Let's see where we are now on the map. Probably cost us quite some jumps. We're up here. Kiavagama is over here. I can jump from Kiavagama back. Let's do that. Travel, plum, plum. Let's visit. There's 2 sectors apparently that we've not visited yet. And apparently there's rumors of some sort full of fallen ship. Empress Berserk's Lord Captain, the entire system is darker than the inside of the Grok's ass. The local star is not here. Stars do not vanish from the sky without reason. Another system is missing a star. Can you be certain that the same wouldn't happen to Dargonus or other of your worlds? Thank you for your comprehensive report, Raver. Apologies, Lord Captain. As the esteemed Master Helmsman just stated, the Augur crew is troubled by the anomalous absence of the star. Well, because the Drukhari fuckers have stolen it. That's what happened. Let's teach them a lesson. What could the Drukari's probably power with just stealing a star? Do we know there? Is there some sort of lore accuracy behind it? In terms of that? Talon Crixie Frigate. And behind us, I guess, is another one? Okay. I'm gonna go straight full aggressive on you. Gonna be bzz, and then gonna be pow. And then I'm gonna be dropping torpedoes in front of me. No. Torpedoes first.
Keep up the pressure.
I'm gonna move to the sides.
Take us in.
And I'm gonna shoot and make you go boom. And then I say thank you. Oh, dropping little rockets, I see. Them as well.
Engage the engines.
Brown. Some nice hits. Can I turn you around? Can I ram you? Okay, didn't work. Expeditions reload. Oh, this will hurt. This will hurt because we're gonna go boom ourselves. But it is what it is. Well done, Heartless. Nice shot. So move the torpedoes over there. Those go boof. That hits me. We get a lot of scrap. 198. Should be probably 5 scraps or something to repair. 3 scraps even. There we go. So what's on this planet? Looks like a city has been here. The information has arrived, Lord Captain. We managed to detect the residential heat signature of one continent of the Saint-Chinel's Pride, but there's no clear indication of the origin. The crew is waiting for further instructions. Enough talk, Saint-Chinel's Pride awaits. If you're so eager to freeze your esteemed ass off, Lord Captain, who are we to object? Of course I'm gonna go in there myself. Kiddergun. Yes, we started earlier today. It was like you were trying to get the game finished before the new PoE 2 season drops. Has no relation to that. It has relation with me going on camping later on. And that we have to end earlier today. Nice landing. So the Agoras mentioned that they spotted some heat signatures on the planets. Question is if there are humane or not. I mean, looks lovely. Nice architecture. I wonder whether you have to take down the Inquisitor at some point. Have you seen the full playthrough of this game yet, Chaos Cop? Nope. Okay, then I will not spoiler it for you. What happens at the end, it's quite surprising. It's all I can say. What is that?
Success is the only outcome.
Causes of bodies
accept.
have merged into frozen snowdrifts. Oh my god. Oh, I see a lag of... Oh, I see. It's a huge pile of bodies up here. What the fuck? The delicate young woman lies curled up in a snow blank like a living statue. Her thin hands are clutching something. Word of passage. Arriving at Footfall, signed Harbormaster Malefice Arcticus. And we got some engraved pendants. To my darling S from D. Inside her hand, painted portraits of an elderly man, his wife, and daughter. Somebody knows who those are? S and D? Who do they mean? I mean, my guess is that he's an optional fight or something, but I'm eager to be surprised. I mean, in this game is quite everything optional. Depends on your kind of like conviction, if you're iconoclast or xenon or dogmatic. The snow clearly shows a trail of a body being dragged. Oh boy, it's not good. There's a lot of bodies lying around here. What the fuck happened? Begone, nightmares! Burn in his punishing flame! Drukhari, of course. Of course. Don't tell the Tyranids turn up and Space Marine 2 starts. Imagine. Notes on life in the Hive. All I can tell you, life in the Hive is probably pure pain. Okay. Oh. Let's see if we can save that scout down there. I doubt it.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Oh, let's move down. So... Wolfer is gonna be first. Gonna move him up as far as possible. Argenta, you're gonna come from the other sides. Together with Solomorn. And Glyto. Heinrichs. You're gonna come up here with me. Bring Thor over here. Pascal can move up here. Good. Start battle. So, concentrated fire. If I step one closer, I cannot use it probably any longer. So I'm gonna make it like that I hit all of you. I love your fire, dudes. Charge. Move up here. Kill.
Die in disgrace.
Kill. All fire, holy shit. Move to this dude. Hit him. Kick him.
So it shall be.
Be delectable.
Jesus. Wait, what? Did we miss? What happened? Was there wildfire? Burn. Oh, there's more coming? Okay. And this was just the first turn with Ulfar. Holy crap. Throw red grenades, so it lands over there. Okay, Solomorn. Because it's up to us to do a little bit of more Daka up here. Concentrated fire. I'm gonna go for run and advanced tracking to do more damage the further our doggo runs. I'm gonna send him to you. And gotta take a nice shot. Hitting the two of you. Beautiful. I'm gonna take a nice bite on you. Killing you.
What a pleasure.
And the one with armor penetration bleeding. There we go. That's for you. Boom. Run and gun.
Clear.
So shoot again. He will die from the bleed. We missed him. And we're gonna throw in and Tears of Repentance to blind them. Good. Moving up here. First shot in the face.
I won't let her devour me.
Same tactics. Bringing the doggo. Over 98.
You the real pain.
Will you now? I doubt it. I think you will get shot to bits.
Will not submit.
So, now bind him. Reinforcements is gone. I don't see Kibellah. Did you kill her? So what happened is we went into her mines and we did not tell the Undying One that we accept the sacrifice of someone he named by name. And my theory is that that's the true name of Kibellah, or her past name. And she ran off. She was not there after I woke up. So I don't know what happened to her yet. There's a big uncertainty.
My appetite is unsurpassed. My blood sings in anticipation.
Nice try, friends. Nice try. How about we do a nice swipe with that. And then we do a run and gun to jump over here. And we switch over. and we completely destroy you.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Sounds good. Like that one. So, let's rush over here. Let's see, we have some shots to do.
I'll do it.
His head flew off. Jesus. Is she powerful? So, you're left. Let's put some markings on you. Let's rip you apart. I think we're gonna do a melee attack on you. What the fuck? Hey, Mr. Scout. Who are you? In the name of the God Emperor, keep away from me. Kormakrtv rogue trader. Who? You're one of the Star Children? I knew the Emperor could not have abandoned us. You have come to save us, have you not? May the throne bless your radiant soul. I am Vir, one of the few survivors of this disposed world. The elders have been waiting for a sign from the heavens for so long. Too much time has passed, so they died. But may he smite me if you're not the one. You will help the ones in need of salvation, won't you? You have saved my skin, holiest one, but my brothers in faith and misery were not so lucky. The living nightmares grabbed them as the moment was stuck our noses out of the surface, trying to survive. I managed to break free and escaped, leaving my friends behind. Well, woe is me. I'm beside myself with shame. I am begging you, child of the stars, please save my comrades. Safe, Albris. I'll take you there, even if it costs me my life. I will help your friends. Lead on. Really? Right away. Follow me. What is that? Modified splinter rifle? Yeah. Oh, he's waiting for us. Okay. I have a feeling that he's gonna get killed. Over here, quick, follow me. We need to move forward, but they're likely to be an ambush, so please be careful. Okay. What the hell, doggo? Hey, relax.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Well, I've not even finished getting my planet back in Act 2, and Argenta had to teach Adira right from wrong, and she's no longer usable in my party. You had Argenta shoot Adira? That happened on my very first run. When I played as a commissar. What the? Oh! Hello, Xenos. I guess we ran straight into an ambush. A Beastmaster. Oh, I can prepare for battle? It's not an ambush? Okay. I'll take it. Ulfar, go fight beasts. You're big and strong. Okay. The others will go up here. Solomorn. Move up there. Glanzo, bring him up. Good, good. Argenta, you're gonna help the big guy with the beasts, with the beasties. Is there a ladder to climb up? There's not. So you're gonna move like that. Bring in that one over there, and Heinrich's gonna be there for buffing. Good. So we're gonna move up and make all concentrated fire. Oh, I cannot do this in close by. Well, then kick the creature a little bit away. There we go. He's so gonna die. He is so gonna die. Go for the throats. That takes her out. And then we're going for run and gun. Rapid fire. And go. Jesus. Over the top, this Ulfar. Over the top, I'm telling you. Well, my dear Vikings, how this battle concludes and what is on this icy planet. If we're gonna get Kibellah back or not, or is she lost into the void of her own thoughts and doubt? We shall find out maybe the next episode. But for today, we've reached the end.